Last Raps Baseball is on the air, and tonight we're bringing you NPB action featuring the Orix Buffaloes and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Ohayou gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbanwa, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the Pond Professional Baseball League. Tonight we are doing the Orix Buffaloes and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. This is going to be a battle of the third and fourth place teams in the Pacific League. Only a half game separates these two clubs as the Buffaloes currently sit in third place with a 61-57-1 record. They're 2.5 games adrift of the Hawks and the Lions. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles are 58-55-2. They're at 3 games adrift. And this one here is going to be an already tight battle for the third playoff position. The battle between these clubs here tonight. Well, first of all, we're going to give you the starting lineups. First of all, for the visitors from Osaka, the Orix Buffaloes will lead off and play in center field. Number 1, Shuhei Fukuda. Batting second and playing third base is number 10, Koji Oshiro. Hitting third and playing in right field is number 67, Kai Nakagawa. In the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 7, Masataki Yoshida. Batting fifth and playing first base is number 44, Yuma Tongu. Hitting sixth at second base is number 3, Ryo Adachi. Hitting seventh and in center field is number 25, Ryo Nishimura. Batting eighth and playing at shortstop is number 24, Kotaro Kobayashi. Batting ninth and doing the catching is number 23, Tori Fushimi. And they are going to be facing Takahiro Norimoto, who brings a 7-8 record to the mound. He's pitched an even 100 innings so far this year. He's allowed 109 hits, 47 runs, 42 have been earned, walking 34 and striking out 84. And he's got an ERA of 3.78. Well, that's your starting lineup for the visitors from Osaka. And now for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, leading off and playing in center field tonight is number 6, Haruki Nishikawa. Batting second and playing shortstop is number 0, Hiroto Kobakata. Batting third at second base is number 3, Hideto Asamura. In the cleanup spot and in left field is number 35, Hiroki Shimauchi. Batting fifth at first base is number 33, Jinji. Batting sixth and doing the designated hitting is number 42, Chris Gittins. Batting seventh at third base is number 7, Daichi Suzuki. Hitting eighth and in right field is number 51, Yuya Oga. And batting ninth and doing the catching is number 2, Hikaru Oda. And they are going to be facing, it'll be Taisuke Yamaoka, who takes to the hill. His 6-6 record on the year. He's got 108 innings pitched. He's allowed 89 hits, 27 runs, 22 have been earned. He's walked 19 and struck out 90, and he's got a sparkling ERA of 1.83. Well, those are your starting lineups for tonight. We're going to be back here in just a couple moments with all the action. Our friend Mick is in the house with us tonight. We appreciate you being here. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments with all the action after this.
Royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. Just a couple of news and notes for some of our listeners who do ask us about certain things that will make impacts on their decisions to place some money down on these ball games. A couple of things. Yuma Mune, who is normally the starting third baseman for the Buffaloes, he's out of action tonight. He had left the game on Sunday versus the Saitama Cebu Lions. I don't have any updates on his status or his health, but he is not in the starting lineup today, so that's something to make note about, as he was one of the all-stars for the Buffaloes this year. And also, Yutaro Sugimoto, the regular right fielder, he's been out now for about 10 days. We haven't seen him in action. Kai Nakagawa gets the start in right field tonight. Who normally plays in left, it is Ryo Nishimura who gets the start in left field. So those are a couple of bats that are out of the lineup who are typically in the heart of the batting order. So that is something to note for the Buffaloes. For the Golden Eagles tonight, Haruki Nishikawa moves over from left field into center field as Ryosuke Tatsumi is on the bench. Also to note, Chris Gittins is back in the lineup for the Eagles. He's got 17 at-bats now on the year. When we called one of the games back in early April, he left the game holding what we thought might have been his rib cage, but it appeared to be a shoulder separation or dislocation when he had swung the bat. So Gittins, who'd been out of action since April, has returned recently, so keep your eye on him in the order as well. And Yuya Ogo gets the start tonight in right field, which is not a regular player. He's only got 7 at-bats on the season. So those are the changes that are to be kept of note when you guys are looking at these two ball clubs. So keep your eye on the injury status. But this one is ready to get underway as Norimoto has completed his warm-up tosses, and here comes the first pitch of the ball game. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to short. Fielded by Kobakata. He throws to first, and diving into first is Fukuda. The umpire says he's out, but Fukuda thinks that he might be safe. Maybe we might have a challenge right out of the gate, and we do. First pitch of the ball game. They want to go upstairs and have a look at this one. So hang tight, everybody. We'll get a look at it ourselves and see what it looks like. It looked like that Kobakata had made the play, and it was in time. I think if Fukuda doesn't dive headfirst into the base, he may beat that out with his speed, but I think that may have slowed him down in that situation. So the umpires straight away are going under the stands to go have a look at this one. And that's how this game is about to begin. So Kobakata ranged to his right, throws across the diamond. And I got to tell you, there's probably a case to be had here, as we're not going to put down in the books that Fukuda is out. In fact, I think Fukuda has beaten this one out, and it's going to be an infield single to start the ball game. But we'll have to wait for the decision from the officials before that one goes actually into our books. We didn't really have a chance to give you the update on Fukuda. He stepped to the plate hitting .275 this year. He had no homers and 19 RBIs. The speedy center fielder has also got 9 stolen bases underneath his belt. And he looks like he is probably going to be aboard here after the officials come back. I'm not sure yet where they're at. We're getting different angles on it. The one that's behind Norimoto is a little bit challenging. The one that is from behind the first base dugout would appear that he did make it in safely. They are going to have to give us a different one, although the angle that's going to be important, maybe that one that's coming from left center field back toward first base, which shows, to me at least definitively, that he has beaten the throw. The one from behind Norimoto does not look like he's achieved it, but we are waiting here the outcome. So the first pitch of the ball game, we right away go to the reviews. So there is where we stand right now. And here comes the umpires, and they're going to uphold the call. They're going to say he's out. It's going to be a ground out 6-3 for out number 1 here in the first inning. So I'm 0 for 1 tonight on my challenges, just as the Orix Buffaloes are as well. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Koji Oshiro. Well, for Oshiro tonight, he's hitting .240. He's got a couple of homers and 4 RBIs. That's from the right side against the right-handed offering of Norimoto, who rocks into the motion and delivers. It's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and count is 0-1. As we mentioned tonight, a number of regulars not in the lineup for the Buffaloes. As here's the offering from Norimoto. It is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2. This season at second base, Ryo Adachi has not been a regular. He is in the lineup tonight. He's getting the opportunity to play, and Tori Fushimi is the catcher tonight. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes now to 1-2 on Oshiro. Fushimi, who gets the nod behind the plate tonight. We've been doing games. We've seen a lot of Kenya Wakatsuki lately. And here's the pitch. It is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. And Oshiro is down on strikes. He's out for the second out of the inning. So just like that, 2 up and 2 away, and that'll leave it all up to Kai Nakagawa. For Nakagawa on the season, he's hitting .298. He's got 4 homers and 44 runs batted in. A home run in the ballgame the other night against the Saitama Cebu Lions, but his batting average has been at or near the 300 mark for most of the last 6 weeks. As the right-hander Norimoto rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Nakagawa batting from the right side against the right-handed slants of Norimoto. Norimoto rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. The count runs even to 1-1. There's only 4 other games around the NPB tonight. As this game here is underway, there's only one other in the Pacific League. There is a split finger pitch that's waved at and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. The Fighters and the Lions are going at it. They're underway in Saitama. The other ones around the NPB, the Swallows and the Giants, are underway. That's in the top of the first inning. As Norimoto rocks into the motion and delivers, it is a fastball swung on. His tap slowly over to the pitcher who fields it. He flips it underhand to the first baseman who was coming off the base, was Jinji, and he has to apply the tag to the runner. That's going to go down as a ground out, 1-3, the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it here for the Buffaloes. Well, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. The Buffaloes did burn a review. They're now through a half inning. It is the Buffaloes no score. The Eagles coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys here for being with us. Hang tight. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher.
Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the first inning, and that means it's going to be Haruki Nishikawa, Hiroto Kobakata, and Hideto Asamura, the 1-2-3 hitters in the Eagles' batting order to come to bat. Face the Buffaloes' right-hander Taisuke Yamaoka. Yamaoka has, don't be deceived by his 6-6 record. He's had a pretty solid season. He's got that 1.83 ERA. He has struck out 90 batters in his 108 innings of work, and he is looking to clip the Eagles' wings tonight as he's ready to face them here in Tohoku. So Nishikawa comes to the plate. He's batting .235 on the year. He's got 7 homers and 36 runs batted in. He bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Yamaoka, who works to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Nishikawa on the season was the player of the month in March and April in the Pacific League, but boy, did he really tail off in the months of May, June, and July. He started to pick it up again here in August as he takes a split finger pitch over for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. The left-handed hitting Nishikawa. And here comes the offering from Yamaoka, and it's check swing fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. It'll be Yamaoka here facing the top of the order in the first inning as he kicks and delivers. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Defensively tonight for the Buffaloes, from left field to right field, it's Nishimura in left. The center fielder is Fukuda. The right fielder is Nakagawa. Around the horn from first to third, we've got Tongu at first. The second baseman is Adachi. The shortstop, Kirbayashi. And the third baseman is Oshiro. So there's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 1-2. And then we got the battery, of course, of Yamaoka and Fushimi. So here comes the 1-2 offering as the right-hander now kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and that runs the count to 2-2 on Nishikawa. My friend Mick says I should grow a Spencer Strider mustache. I don't think that's going to be in the case. And here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is now 3-2. Although if he keeps pitching the way it is, it might be the most popular thing in Atlanta. A few people sporting that stash. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander leans in. He gets the side from his catcher, and he works set. Now he kicks and delivers. Here's the payoff pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 3-2. This is going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat upcoming here to Nishikawa. There is rain in the area in Tohoku. You can see a lot of the fans here in Tohoku. They are all bundled up. And they are wearing their gear. It is going to be off and on throughout the evening. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It's a split finger pitch. It misses down. It's going to be ball 4. As Nishikawa is aboard with a walk, a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the first inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Hiroto Kobakata. Well, keep your eye on Nishikawa. He's got 17 stolen bases on the year. Both of the top 2 hitters in the batting order can run a little bit. And you can see those who are in attendance. It's not a full house by any stretch tonight. They are dressed and prepared, ready for the precipitation when it does start to come. So here comes the first offering to Kobakata as the right-hander Yamaoka holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. Kobakata squares to bunt. It's a good one, but it just rolls foul down the third base line. It's going to quickly run the count to 0-1. As soon as the weather starts to turn, this could play a role and an impact in this one. We felt before the game started that the Buffaloes would be the favorite, or actually not the favorite. I predicted them to win. They're actually underdogs going into this game tonight. So here comes the 0-1 offering now to Kobakata. But I have them as the favorite. I can't believe that they would be writing off the starting pitcher here. There's a bunt down the first base line this time. It's a good one. It is fielded by Yamaoka. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Kobakata. It's going to go down as a sacrifice, 1-3. That will retire Kobakata for the first out of the inning. It advances Nishikawa into scoring position, and that'll bring up Hideto Asamura. Well, for Asamura on this season, he's batting .252 with 20 homers and 68 RBIs. And we've got Ontario Jones in the house here. He says, where can I watch a live stream? Well, hang tight, Ontario. We'll help you out here in a minute. But I'm not going to break up the continuity of this one to give you the guidance. So hang tight. So Asamura steps to the plate, batting right-handed against the right-handed throwing Yamaoka, and there's the fastball that misses down at him. The count is 1-0. Well, if you can go to your Google and you type in live QQ, it's going to take you to a website. And then from there, you're going to have to do some navigating a bit. It is going to be in Chinese characters. And from there, then you're going to have to poke around a bit, but you'll be able to find it eventually. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is 2-0. So that would be the lead I would give to you. And as I said, you'll have to do a little bit of searching a bit. Use your Google Translate if you have that option on your computer, and be able to poke around a little bit to be able to pull that up. Now, the feed is going to be in Japanese. Hopefully you can join us for the English commentary here. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. As Asamura is waggling the bat, and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that's swung on and tapped foul over on the third base side. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Asamura on the year, as we said, he's batting .252. He was kind of started to slump a little bit here in the last month or so. He was right up there with Shimouchi, but Shimouchi has rocketed past him in the batting average department. And he's stalled a little bit with his RBI production. So here comes the 2-1. As the right-hander delivers a breaking ball that's missed upstairs for a ball, and the count is now 3-1. So says the home plate umpire. This pitch looked pretty good to us. Or at least pretty good to me. So 3 balls and 1 strike it is. Our friend Mick says iScore has had it on its desktop version, from what he has seen before, and that might be the case. There is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Asamura. Asamura getting the nod at second base tonight, with Chris Gittens back in the lineup as the designated hitter. So here comes the 3-2 offering as the right-hander Yamaoka holds at the belt. Checks his runner, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and away. It's going to be a base on balls to Asamura. The always dangerous Hiroki Shimochi is now stepping to the plate. Well, Shimochi, he's hitting .308 on the year. He's got himself 13 homers and 67 runs batted in. He has been picking up the pace here throughout the year. As we said, he started a bit slowly, but he has got it going. He is one of the most dangerous hitters. Last year, every time we watch Shimochi play, he has professional at-bats. He's able to work the count, makes good swings at good pitches. He's really able to battle it. My friend Ontario says he's going to have to find it. He's just waiting to hear on Chris Gittens. Yeah, Gittens definitely good to see him back in the lineup after a long hiatus. And here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0 to Shimochi. We mentioned we were calling the game back in early April, late March, when Gittens was at the plate. He had taken that swing and had them leave in the middle of the at-bat. I thought initially it looked like it was a rib cage issue, but it was actually a shoulder problem, and come out of action for quite some time. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-0 to Shimochi. Right-hander Yamaoka already at 19 pitches here in the first inning. Our friend Mick says zeros across the NPB right now, and absolutely it is. A lot of good pitching matchups here tonight, so I would think runs will be at a premium in the early going. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 3-0. So Yamaoka having himself some early struggles here in the bottom of the first inning. More importantly, trying to locate his pitches has been the challenge. Really, that first at bat set the tone by Nishikawa, who was able to work him to a 9-pitch at bat, begin the ball game, and earned himself a walk. So he's walked 2 batters here so far, and he's about to walk his third. The normally reliable right-hander is pretty good. As here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a call strike. The count is now 3-1. Entering the ball game tonight, Yamaoka has only walked 19 batters in his 108 innings. Here he's about to walk his third batter if he lets Shimochi get away. Here comes the 3-1 offering. Shimochi digs back in. He waggles the bat. Yamaoka checks the runner at second base, but now time has been called. Shimochi steps out. The Golden Eagle fans are cheering their club on, looking to get off to a hot start here against the Buffaloes. As we said, this is a battle for third place, only a half game between these two clubs. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. It is going to be fielded by the right fielder, Nakagawa. He fires to the plate, and it's not going to be in time. That's going to score the first run of the ball game, as Shimochi's got himself a single and an RBI. Coming around to score from second base is Nishikawa. That's going to open up the scoring here with a 1-0 lead for the Golden Eagles. So Shimochi delivers with his 68th run batted in of the year. Golden Eagles are ahead now 1-0. The throw from the right fielder Nakagawa was offline. It was up the third base side. It was a good job by the catcher Fushimi to come up and have to block it. That's going to put runners at first and second with only the one out. It's going to bring the first baseman Jinji to the plate. But before that happens, the pitching coach had made his way to the mound to have a talk with his right-hander Yamaoka. So 1-0 early on here for the Eagles, and Gingy stepping to the plate. He's batting .296 on the year. He's got no homers and 25 runs batted in. He bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Yamaoka. He waggles the bat. Yamaoka checks his runners, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a first pitch fastball swung on. It is popped up. It's in foul territory down the left field line. And the wind has taken it back into fair territory, and the third baseman, Oshiro, on the edge of the outfield grass, is going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Gingy on one pitch. He is out, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Chris Gittens. Well, Gittens on the year is batting .235. He's got no homers and 1 RBI. It's his first foray into the NPB. Gittens off to a start he probably didn't want to get off to. As you mentioned, he had a shoulder issue that kept him out of the lineup for much of the season. Here's the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses inside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Former member of the New York Yankees organization is Gittens. Strong, powerful-looking fella who hits from the right side. He's got an open stance. Yamaoka checks the runner at second. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-0. Gittens will be followed by Daichi Suzuki. Should he be able to reach safely here? So 2 balls and no strikes. Yamaoka works to the set position, checks the runners, and now delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Gittens. I would think at this point here, Gittens is about to see a steady diet of off-speed and split-finger pitches. The runner in scoring position. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Well, there's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count is now 2-2. Just as Gittens was locked up, so was I. I didn't expect to see that one here. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yamaoka ready to go back at it again as he holds set. Now he kicks and fires. It's a split figure pitch that misses down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say Gittens didn't go. It's going to run the count full to the right-handed hitting American. We get the replay on that, and it looks like he was able to hold up. This is the third hitter in the first inning of the 6 that have come to bat against Yamaoka. He's gone to a full count to. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gittens. The right-hander gets the sign from Fushimi, and he works set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. It's reached the seats behind the first base dugout, and the count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Opportunity here for the Eagles to get themselves off to a really good start. The runners will be on the move as the right-hander is about to deliver. And here's the pitch. The runners are on their way. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Gittens is down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning, but there's been damage here in the first inning. There was 1 run in the inning on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 1 complete. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 1. Orix Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. That's right, everybody. Be sure to check out Matt Hollis after the game. That's another Hollis build. He's a supporter of our channel, and in turn, we like to support Matt. We'll be right back in 30 seconds with the call at the top of the 2nd inning. Welcome back, everybody. We're cruising to the top of the second inning. It is going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Buffaloes. That means Masataka Yoshida, Yuma Tongu, and Ryo Adachi tonight to face the right-hander Takahiro Norimoto. Norimoto has been spotted a 1-0 lead here. There's a couple of walks and a clutch base hit by Hiroki Shimochi. The Eagles on top, 1-0 here going to the top of the second inning. For Yoshida on the season, he's batting .311. He's got 14 homers and 63 runs batted in. He takes a first pitch fastball inside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. As we mentioned at the top of the stream, a couple of the regulars out of the lineup for the Buffaloes this evening. Sugimoto, the regular right fielder, out of action, and Yumamune, the third baseman, also out of play. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Both of those players, key components of the middle part of the batting order. So Yoshida is going to be missing some much-needed protection. There's a fastball that misses down. The count is now 3-0. He's the only player in the Buffaloes lineup with double-digit home runs. He's got 14 on the year. For much of the season, he and Go Matsumoto were the only players in the Pacific League batting north of 300. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 3-1. Hiroki Shimochi has joined the club on that one, as he's certainly batting at north of 300 now. He's approaching the 310 mark. So here comes the 3-1 pitch as Norimoto rocks into the delivery. He kicks and fires. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. Count now runs full to 3-2 on Yoshida. As I've said before in other streams, Yoshida reminds me of the left-handed hitting Alec Bregman. Bregman, of course, for the Houston Astros, very rigid at the plate. He hits from the right side. I see the similarities with Yoshida. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded down the first baseline. It's fair. It's into the corner. Digging for 2 is Yoshida. Here comes the throw, and it is going to be in time. It's going to nail him, as the right fielder, Ogo, had gone into the corner to field the ball, and he was able to hose Yoshida sliding into second base. I have to say the play by the first baseman, Jinji, was not particularly a great play defensively. Ball was grounded down the first baseline. I didn't really like his effort. He didn't dive for the ball. It just got past his glove. The throw came in, and that was a right on the money from Ogo. It's going to go down as a single, but 9-6 on the putout for out number 1 at second base to retire Yoshida. The first pitch delivered to Yuma Tongu is taken for a strike, and the count is 0-1. So Tongu up to bat here to face Norimoto, who goes back to work. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. For Tongu on the season, he's hitting .229 with 5 homers and 17 runs batted in. It's the start again tonight at first base, as he's waggling the bat and waiting on the offering here from Norimoto, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away over on the third base side, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander gets a new baseball, and he's ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the only ball game right now that has a run in it. The game between the Carp and the Tigers is currently delayed by rain. There is a split finger pitch that misses, and the count is now 3-2. Well, if this is the way the game's going to go tonight, we're going to be in for a long one. The home plate umpire, well, that pitch did look a little bit down. Looked like he was squeezing Yamaoka in the first inning. And now Norimoto is getting a little bit of the treatment here in the second. As the pitch, it's a fastball that misses down. That's going to be ball 4. And Tongu's going to be aboard with a 1-out walk, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Ryo Adachi. Defensively tight for the Golden Eagles. From left to right on your YouTube screens, it's going to be Hiroki Shimouchi in left field. The center fielder is Haruki Nishikawa. The right fielder is Yuya Oto. Around the horn from first to third, the first baseman is Jinji. At second base, it's Hideto Asamura. Hiroto Kobakata is the shortstop, and the third baseman is Daichi Suzuki. There's a battery of Takahiro Norimoto and Hikaru Oda to begin the ball game for the Golden Eagles. So there's your defensive alignment. So Norimoto checks his runner over at first base, and he's ready to go back to work here against Ryo Adachi. The first pitch is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Norimoto again, waiting on the sign from his catcher, who's waiting on the signals from the bench. I think that Adachi is going to be bunting in this situation, although Adachi here can lay the bunts down. There's no doubt about that. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. As Norimoto kicks and fires, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. Nishimura, who waits his turn on deck, has yet to establish a batting average this season. It's straight zeros across the board, so they can retire Adachi here. Nishimura will have to come to bat to have to do the work. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That's Norimoto. Checks the sign, and now he steps off the back of the rubber, and they'll cycle through the signs again. So one thing that the Japanese League has not adopted is the electronic signal system that Major League Baseball has been toying with. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. And again, Norimoto steps off the back of the rubber and fakes a throw over to first base. That gets Tongu going back. Tongu, not really a threat to run. He doesn't have a stolen base this year. He started at first base tonight, but he has caught in the past. So Tongu, not the most fleetest of foot. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the right-hander holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. Camping out underneath it is the right fielder, Ogo. He's going to make the catch, and that's going to retire Adachi for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to Ryo Nishimura. Well, for Nishimura, as we said, he's got a batting average of 0. He's got 10 at-bats on the year. He's looking for his first hit. Nishimura came in defensively the other night in that game. He's a burly right-handed hitting left fielder tonight. When I say burly, he's got some pretty strong forearms. He's got a strong upper body. He is waiting here on the first offering from the right-hander Norimoto. He bats with a close stance from the right side, waiting on the offering here from Tohoku right-hander. The first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Nishimura. We definitely want to thank everybody for popping in tonight to listen. It's last-minute stream for us. We are not in our regular location as we are on the East Coast. So we're going to try to squeeze a couple of games in here while we are on vacation, and this is the best time to do it. Still fighting the jet lag a little bit. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 1-1 to Nishimura. 50-50 on call-in one for tomorrow night. I'm going to be at the Detroit Tigers Seattle Mariner game myself a little later this evening. Should be a good matchup between Matt Manning and George Kirby, the 2 young right-handers for both of those clubs. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. The right-hander holds set. Now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field, but it's going to be hooked foul into the stands. The pitch was left up in the zone, and Nishimura destroyed it, but he destroyed it about 40 feet foul. It was letter high. If that thing was straightened out, it would have been trouble for sure. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting left fielder of the Buffaloes. Should he reach base, it'll be Kotaro Kobayashi who waits his turn on deck. Again, the right-hander holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. Its line foul down the right field line, and the count goes, or still remains at 1-2 to Nishimura. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The umpires now put the ball back in play as the right-hander gets his side. Shakes it off from his catcher, Oda. Checks the runner at first, and now he works set. Here comes the 1-2. And he kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch swung on and grounded foul just past the third base coach's box. So the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 it is. Our friend Mick says that the Lions have scored 1-0 in that ball game. We don't have that update yet. They did have a runner at second base with a couple of gone. So that looked like it was Shohei Suzuki that might have done the damage there. Well, I'll get that update as it comes available. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to third. They throw to second for the fielder's choice. It's going to retire Tongu. As Tongu is erased 5-4. And that will do it here in the second inning for the Buffaloes. Well, the Buffaloes had no runs. They did have a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 1.5 in Tohoku. Your score is the Orix Buffaloes 1 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action after this. We appreciate you guys for checking us out tonight. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the Golden Eagle batting order coming to bat here in the bottom of the second inning. That means Daichi Suzuki, Yuya Ogo, and Hikaru Oda. It was a 1-0 lead, as our friend Mick had pointed out in Saitama. The Lions, the RBI from Shohei Suzuki, have opened up the scoring. There is a ground ball hit to short on the first pitch seen by Suzuki, fielded by Kobayashi. He throws to first. With 1 pitch, we have 1 away on a ground out 6-3 for out number 1 here in the second. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Yuya Ogo. Well, for Ogo, he's already made his presence felt in this game. He threw out Masataki Yoshida, who challenged his arm in the last half inning as he had a single into right field. Ogo had come out throwing and threw him out by a couple of steps. He's getting the nod tonight. He is 0 for 7 on the year. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Ogo has nothing across the slash line as he waits here on the offering from the right-hander Yamaoka. That's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Ogo. Other scores from around the league, have moved to the top of the third inning as the Dragons and the Bay Stars are locked at 0. The Bay Stars had left the bases loaded there in their second inning. So there's a fastball swung on it, has popped up on the infield. Camping out underneath it is the shortstop Kobayashi, and he's going to make the catch, and that's going to retire Ogo for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to the catcher, Hikaru Oda. Well, for Oda on the year, he's batting .213. He's got a homer and 10 runs batted in. He bats from the right side against the right-handed throwing Yamaoka. I still like the way that the Buffaloes have been playing lately. I haven't seen the Golden Eagles as much as I would like to, but they have not been playing very good baseball ever since that 14-game winning streak. Everything has kind of gone sideways since the end of May, and there's a split figure pitch that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. trying to unlock the lineup that's going to give them some success down the stretch here. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. The Marines, the Eagles, and the Hawks all made the playoffs last year in the Pacific League. The way the Marines have played lately, I'd be shocked if they got in. There's a fastball that misses up and in. Count is 2-1. We saw on the weekend that their import outfielder Leonis Martin has gone home because of personal matters. But based on what we saw on the Twitter and how he thanked the fans, there's a fastball that's lifted into the right field stands. That's going to be running the count to 2-2. What he had written to the fans and supporters, I think his days are long done in Chiba. And he won't be returning this year or probably in the future. I would think his NPB career is likely in doubt. He's going to have another season. There's a fastball swung on. It is looped over to the right side of the infield. It is caught by Ryo Adachi, who's racing into right field, and that will do it here as Oda is gone for the third out of the inning. So the Golden Eagles are retired in order here in their half of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 2 complete. It is the Eagles 1, the Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We're moving to the third inning in just a couple moments. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. After the game, be sure to go check him out, as he's got all kinds of entertaining baseball things to talk about. Well, it's going to be the top of the third inning. It's going to be Kentaro Kobayashi, Tori Fushimi, and then the top of the order in Shuhei Fukuda. Face the right-hander Takahiro Norimoto, who is back for his third inning work. 30 pitches through the first 2 innings for the right-hander from Tohoku. As he rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers to the right-handed hitting shortstop Kobayashi, who swings and fouls that one away down the third base line, and the count is quickly 0-1. Kobayashi batting .222 on the year with 6 homers and 30 runs batted in. Here's the 0-1 offering. It's a split finger pitch and misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Norimoto wastes very little time. When there's nobody on, he goes right back to work, and there's a breaking ball missing down and away, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Waggling the bat is the right-handed hitting Kobayashi, waiting on the offering here from Norimoto. Rocks into the windup, and he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It's hit foul just past the third base coach. The move to get himself out of the way there is runs the count now to 2-2. Our friend Mick says the Swallows are now up 2-0. And that was courtesy of a 2-run homer by Tetsudo Yamada. As a split finger pitch swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. So 2-0 between the Giants and the Swallows. That's in the top of the third inning. That game's a neutral site game. That was one of the things that we picked up on, was the 2 Tokyo teams are playing in Osaka, the home of the Orix Buffaloes, at the Kyocera Dome. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded softly over to third, fielded neatly by the third baseman Suzuki. He throws to first. Kobayashi has gone on a ground out 5-3 for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Tori Fushimi. Well, for Fushimi, he's batting .245 on the year with a homer and 13 runs batted in. As we mentioned, he gets the nod tonight. We've been seeing a lot of Wakatsuki behind the plate for the Buffaloes lately. We've called their games. The right-hander Norimoto delivers, and it's a first pitch breaking ball that just misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Not a lot of left-handed sticks in the lineup tonight for the Buffaloes, which is a bit uncharacteristic. Yuma Mune, of course, out of action in this one here tonight. As the right-hander rocks into the motion, and he kicks, and he delivers. It is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0. Pitch there, it's like a 2-seamer that has a lot of arm side run from Norimoto, and that one just ran itself right almost into the hitter. So here's the 2-0. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes to Fushimi. Starting to mention earlier about the two teams, specifically the Golden Eagles and the Marines, on the potentially could miss the playoffs this year. Could be two new teams and the Hawks. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander acknowledges the sign from his catcher Oda, and he rocks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field, and it is going to be caught by the right fielder Ogo, who is racing toward the right field line. So that is going to be 2 away here. He hit the ball well, did Fushimi. It just hung up in the air long enough to be caught by the right fielder. He hit the ball on the screws, but the right fielder Ogo able to make the catch on the run toward the right field line. So 2 away, and that brings the top of the order in Shuhei Fukuda to the plate. The first pitch to Fukuda is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Fukuda began the ball game with a ground out to the shortstop, but it was on the first pitch of the game, and the Buffaloes went straight to the challenge. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. The Buffaloes lost the challenge right at the beginning of the ball game. They've got 1 challenge left. So no balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander rocks into delivery. He kicks and fires. It's a split finger pitch missing down and away. The count is now 1-2. Looks like the Fighters have tied the ball game back up against the Lions in the top of the 3rd inning. That game is all now knotted up at 1s. That's what our friend Mick says, and we can concur that as well. There's another split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is now 2-2 to Fukuda. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander Norimoto again ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion, and he kicks, and he fires. It's a fastball that just misses inside. The count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Shuhei Fukuda. Norimoto rocking back into the motion. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called 3rd strike. Fukuda stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched that go by for out number 3, and that is going to do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the 3rd inning. There was no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 2.5. It is the Golden Eagles 1, the Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Call right after this from our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check him out. As we said, he likes to support our channel, and we like supporting Steve. Appreciate you, Steve, and the support you give to our channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We'll be back in 30 seconds, everybody, with the call after this. Welcome back, everybody. The first pitch delivered to the left-handed hitting leadoff hitter Haruki Nishikawa was taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. It's Nishikawa, Kobakata, and Asamura, the top of the order here to face the right-hander Yamaoka in the bottom of the 3rd inning. There's a breaking ball that just misses down and in, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Nishikawa walked and scored a run, the only run of the ball game back in the 1st inning. Battled the right-hander to a 9-pitch at bat to begin the game, and there was a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-2. Nishikawa, as we said, he got off to a hot start with his new club. He'd spent his entire career with the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. He is playing in the Golden Eagles camp for the first time of his career. There's a fastball swung on it as popped up into shallow left center field. Coming over on it is the left fielder, and that is going to be caught by Nishimura for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the shortstop Hiroto Kobakata. Well, for Kobakata, he doesn't have an official at bat here in the ball game, as he had a sacrifice bunt back in the first inning to move Nishikawa into scoring position. He's another player in the Golden Eagles lineup who really had a hot June and July, but he's cooled off here in the month of August. Takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Yamaoka wastes no time and delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Kobakata. The right-hander is ahead in the count here, and he rocks and delivers. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Kobakata is down on strikes for the second out of the inning. It's only the second strikeout recorded by Yamaoka today, as he has put the left-handed hitting Kobakata in the books for out number 2, and that will bring up the second baseman, Hideo Asamura. Well, for Asamura tonight, he walked his first time up. As he waits on the offering here from Yamaoka, it's a fastball ticket for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Asamura. Asamura batting from the right side here against the right-handed slants of Yamaoka, and there's a fastball that just misses under the hands. The count goes 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The Bay Stars in that game in Yokohama, as there is a fastball that misses, and the count is now 2-1 to Asamura. Yamaoka wasting no time, back to work again. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 3-1. Bay Stars left the bases loaded in the second inning. They currently have runners at first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the third. They've been all over the base paths. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right field. It's going to get in for a base hit. It was a bleeder off the bat of Hideo Asamura, and that's going to be a 2-out single, and that'll bring up the left fielder Hiroki Shimochi. Well, for Shimochi tonight, he is 1 for 1. He singled and drove in a run his first time up. 1 for 1 on the evening. He's batting from the left side against the right-handed slants of Yamaoka. He's raised his season average to 309. He just continues to crawl up the leaderboard here in the Pacific League. As there's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. He had a ground ball that went through the 4-hole. Not only is there a rain in the area, but there's a lot of bugs buzzing around Shimochi at the plate. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. Count is now 2-0. So one would have to think that the Bay Stars are going to do some damage here in the bottom of the third. They've got the bases loaded, nobody out, and Miyazaki and Soto coming to bat in that one there. So here comes the 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball that misses outside. The count now goes to 3-0 on Shimochi. First baseman Jinji waits his turn on deck. So 3 balls and no strikes it is. Left-handed hitting Shimochi waggles his bat. Yamaoka holds set, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken right down the middle for a called strike. The count is 3-1. So all this trouble has started with 2 away as Yamaoka steps off the back of the mound, and he's swatting at the bugs. It is definitely noticeable tonight in Tohoku. There is a swarm of bugs that are flying around all over the place. Surprisingly, Shimochi, the hitter, is undeterred by it. I'm going to drive some guys crackers. There's a fastball that just misses down. It's going to be ball 4, and Shimochi's got himself a walk. He is aboard with a walk, and that's going to put Asamura to second. That'll bring up the first baseman, Jinji. You can see the pitcher is kind of grinning a little bit on the mound because I don't think he agreed with that. As we said tonight, the home plate umpire seems to be a little bit ruthless on both sides' pitching staffs. Again, the right-hander battling the bugs on the mound. Curious to see if the rain would impact some of these insects that are flying around. If they got a little bit of a shower, if they would go away. So Gingy to the plate. He's batting .295 on the year. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He popped out to the third baseman his first time up, and he takes a fastball down for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Only seen in my time something way more crazy than this of fish flies. I just stop a ball game and you could see the fish flies. Literally, you could take a shovel and clear them out of the way. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded to the right side. It is fielded by the first baseman, Tongu. He flips to the pitcher covering, and that is going to do it as Gingy is retired on a ground out 3-1. The third out of the inning. Well, they threatened all with 2 outs. There was no run in the inning. There was 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left aboard. We're now through 3 complete. It is the Eagles 1, the Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple of moments after this. The top of the 4th inning. Here's our friend Matt. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 4th inning. It is a 1-0 scoreline for the Golden Eagles over the Buffaloes. Our friend Mick says the Bay Stars are up 2-0, and he is correct. Still batting in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It was a Miyazaki 2-run single. It put the Bay Stars up 2-0. We made our predictions today on our channel. We don't do it regular, but we have been doing it a little bit lately. Our predictions on the games tonight, we're right now trailing in a couple of games. One game is a push. A couple of games are pushes, and we do have the Bay Stars. We figured that was money in the bank. And the first pitch here of the 4th inning is a breaking ball that drops into Koji Oshiro for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Moto wastes no time going back to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count's 1-1. It'll be Oshiro, Nakagawa, and Yoshida, the 2-3-4 hitters in the batting order. Face the right-handed throwing Norimoto, who rocks into the delivery. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count now is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Oshiro waiting on the 2-1 pitch as Norimoto delivers. It's a fastball swung on it. Is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. The Buffaloes have a leadoff batter aboard with a single, and that is going to bring up the right fielder, Kai Nakagawa. Well, this is where you got to keep an eye on Norimoto. I've seen him in the past where he gets into the 4th and the 5th innings. I've seen things go sideways for him. He's now starting to get through the 2nd time of the batting order, and that poses a bit of a problem for the right-hander. So Nakagawa steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He's grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. He's seen his average drop to .297. He stands into the box waiting on the offering from the right-hander, who checks the runner at first and now comes set. And he throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner. So Nakagawa gets himself reset in the batter's box. Oshiro, the runner at first, has got a couple of stolen bases on the year. He can run a little. As here comes the pitch. They squared a bunt, and it's bunted foul right at home plate. That's going to run the count to no balls and 1 strike to Nakagawa. Our friend Mick says it's still in the bottom, and it's the Bay Stars 3-0 up. That game there, to me, was money in the bank, the Bay Stars. So it looks like the Swallows have had their lead cut into. That game in Yomiuri, or the game with the Giants, that game there, I really didn't know how to play it. I just thought the pitcher, Sagano, was a much better option than the Swallows' counterpart. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-1. But again, the neutral site games, it's important how the park plays out. You got the 2 Tokyo-based clubs playing in Osaka tonight at the Kyocera Dome. I don't understand that. It would be like the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Mets playing in Yankee Stadium. I wouldn't be able to understand the rationale. Or maybe better yet, the Boston Red Sox and Philadelphia Phillies having a game at Yankee Stadium. Neutral site. But there has got to be some rationale. I'd be curious to know what the attendance on that game is. I'll double back and check that. Obviously, there's fans of both of those clubs that would be living in Osaka. Here's the 1-1 pitch. The right-hander Norimoto kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses upstairs. Count goes to 2-1 on Nakagawa. I do like the neutral site games that are played in different parts of Japan through the year. I think that definitely can connect a fan base that maybe doesn't necessarily always get a chance to get to the main stadiums. It's also kind of neat to see those stadiums that are just a little bit below grade of a top flight major league, or in this case, NPB caliber team. As here comes the 2-1 pitch. As the right-hander holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and it's grounded foul just past the third base coach's box, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first is Oshiro. There's nobody gone here in the top of the 4th inning as Kagawa is battling the right-hander Norimoto. Norimoto leans in, he gets the sign, and now he works set. And here he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on it is pop foul. It's going to reach the netting just over by the first base dugout, and that keeps the count at 2-2. Friend Mick says they took a run away from the Bay Stars. There must have been a challenge on the play there. But you're right, it's 2-0. The Carp and the Tigers, after that rain delay, are now underway. It's in the top of the 2nd inning. Carp are batting. That game is in Osaka. You're playing the Hanshin Tigers in that one. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nakagawa. Waiting on the offering here from Norimoto. As he kicks and delivers, it's a split figure pitch. It misses down and away, and the count now goes to 3-2. Be curious here to see if they put the runner Oshiro in motion at 3-2 with nobody out. Potentially stay out of a double play. We'll keep an eye on the runner there. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Nakamura. The Saitama Sea Blue Lions have scored in the bottom of the 4th inning. They're up now 2-1 on the Fighters. Here's the 3-2 pitch. There's the right-hander. Kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on and fouled straight back. Keeps the count at 3-2. I anticipate this ball game here. Boy, that pitch barely looked like he foul tipped it. It did go off the catcher's mitt. How do you do a double take on that swing there by the right-handed hitting Nakagawa? So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander Norimoto works set. Runner Oshiro establishes his lead. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. It is swung on. This ball is grounded down the left field line. It's into the corner. It's fair. Rounding second and heading to third is the runner Oshiro, and he's going to stop at third. And the Buffaloes have got something going here on a double by Kai Nakagawa. As Nakagawa has reached second base, Oshiro is safe at third. That is going to bring up the dangerous Masataka Yoshida. So the Buffaloes have something going here now. As Yoshida strides to the plate, he's 1 for 1 tonight. Had a single back in the 2nd inning, but he was gunned down trying to stretch it into a double. So back-to-back hits here to begin the 4th inning for the Buffaloes. They have something brewing. That .313 batting average really pops out here for the Buffalo's left-handed hitter. able to raise it up a couple of points here tonight. And here he's waiting on the first offering from Norimoto. And here he kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch missing down for ball one. The count's 1-0. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised that they do have the open base, even though there's nobody out. Yoshida is arguably the most dangerous hitter in the Buffalo batting order. They look to pitch to him, but pitch around him so he doesn't get anything good to hit. So here comes the 1-0 offering as the right-hander holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Yoshida backed away. You could tell he didn't have the same agreement as the home plate umpire. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Yoshida. Moto again working from the set position. Checks the runner, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled off down the third base line. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yoshida. Moto in a difficult situation here as the Buffaloes are looking to cash in with their first runs of the ball game. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yoshida. From Nick says the Lions have increased their lead to 3-1. As here's the 1-2 pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's down for a base hit. That's going to clear the bases. 1 run is in. The second run has scored. It's a 2-run single for Masataka Yoshida. 3 hits here to begin the 4th inning. Now have jump-started the Buffaloes offense as they've taken a 2-1 lead over the Golden Eagles. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Yuma Tongu. So 2-1 as the scoreline has now been flipped over. So Tongu steps to the plate. He's walked his first time up, and he was erased on a fielder's choice to end the 2nd inning. Take a look. It looks like that the first run of the ball game, or the runs, 2 of the 3 runs scored by the Lions have come in home runs. Tamaya Mori and Ninting Wu cashed in home runs tonight for the Saitama Sea Blue Lions. There's a fastball that just misses outside for ball 1, and the count's 1-0 to Tongu. Tongu batting .229 with those 5 homers and 19 RBIs. Yoshida has 4 stolen bases on the year, but he's really not a threat to be able to steal bases. He can run, but doesn't run particularly well, at least in my eyes. And here comes the pitch from Norimoto. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count goes even at 1-1. I think Tongu wants that pitch back. That pitch was a thigh-high fastball right down the middle, and he swung through that one. Tongu would have liked to have had that one back again. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is, as the right-hander holds set at the belt. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats right behind home plate. The count is now 1-2. Ryo Adachi waits his turn on deck. The way that things have gone in this inning for Norimoto, one would have to think they're sprinting to get to the bat rack in the Buffalo dugout. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is going to be the 20th pitch of the inning for Norimoto. He was pretty effective through his first 3 innings of work, but this is where it's gone a bit sideways. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is hit to deep right field. Moving over underneath it is Ogo. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Tongu for the first out of the inning. He sent it for a ride, but just not deep enough, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Ryo Adachi. Well, Adachi 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to right field his first time up. Steps to the plate here with 1 gone and a runner at first base in Masataka Yoshida. So Norimoto gets the side from his catcher. He really slows it down when he goes from the stretch position. He's almost a different pitcher. Here comes the first offering now to Adachi, and instead he steps off the back of the rubber and he feigns a throw over to first base. He does that frequently. He's one of the pitchers that will step off and fake the throw. He doesn't always make the throw over. So now he's back set again, and as he holds set now, he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Adachi. Adachi will be followed by the left fielder Nishimura, should he reach safely. My friend Mick says that he took all of our games. I can't remember what I did with the Carp and the Tigers. I have to look at the pitching over there. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. I think I took the Tigers in that one because it is Morishita going for the Carp today, and I do like Morishita a lot. I just felt, I think it was the Ayagi going for the Tigers, and he's been pitching really, really well. So here comes the 1-1 offering. As the right-hander holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on it, is grounded through the 6-hole into left field. It's going to be the fourth hit of the inning for the Buffaloes. We have made no doubt about it here as they are just pecking away at the right-hander, and that's going to bring the pitching coach for the Eagles out to the mound to have a word with his right-hander. There's already 2 runs on the board here in the inning. They've got runners at first and second. Ryo Nishimura will be coming to the plate looking for his first hit of the year. It's usually the kiss of death. He's 0 for 11 on the year as he bounced into a fielder's choice his first time up. That conference was a short one as the Golden Eagles, they're going to break up that conference. So Adachi aboard with a single. Moves Yoshida over to second and bringing up the left fielder Ryo Nishimura. So we said the first at bat, Nishimura hook barreled one foul. It was hit really deep. It was about 40 feet foul. If he would have been a pitch he could have been straightened out on, might have ended up in the stands. So here comes the first offering from Norimoto. He checks the runner at second, and now he delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Count is 0-1. One thing I'll see about Nishimura in these first 2 at-bats here, after watching that first swing of this at-bat, it looks like he's kind of pressing a little bit. You're trying to do a little too much when you're 0 for 11. You're looking to get that base hit to get off the schneid. It sometimes presents a bit of a problem. So here comes the 0-1 offering as the right-hander checks the runner at second. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a split-finger pitch. It misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As we said, a couple of programming notes for us here is over the next week or so, we won't be posting stuff up regular. Not going to be sure when we're going to be making our next call because we'll hope to do one tomorrow night, but I'm going to be in Detroit to see the Tigers and the Mariners. So I'll keep an eye on that ball game, and hopefully we can maybe do a late night game. There's a fastball ticket for a called strike. The count is now 1-2 to Nishimura. Still trying to adjust with the jet lag. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is, as the pitcher Norimoto gets his sign from his catcher Oda. Our friend Mick says it's been in the bottom of the Giants game, and there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right now, what I see in the Giants game is there's a runner at first. It's a 2-1 count to Gregory Polanco with 1 away. That is where we're at on our updates. That is in the bottom of the 4th inning. They do have Wakabayashi on deck. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. As it is a breaking ball, waved that and missed. And Nishimura is gone for the second out of the inning. That is going to bring up the shortstop, Kotaro Kobayashi. I have to tell everybody that I have to apologize. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this if I have to cough. I'm not working with my regular equipment. Normally I have my regular mic, I've got a hot button on it. So if I have to cough, it's not in everybody's ears. I'm not sure what I'm going to have to do with this one here. I apologize in advance. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that catches the outside corner to Kobayashi, and the count is 0-1. For Kotaro Kobayashi tonight, he is 0 for 1. He grounded to third his first time up. He's batting here with 2 runners aboard, Yoshida at second and Adachi at first. The Buffaloes are looking to add to their lead, which they've just taken here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball missing upstairs. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks like the Giants now have 2 runners aboard, with Wakabayashi now hitting. So they are threatening in the bottom of the 4th inning with 1 away. So here comes the 1-1. Norimoto does the spaghetti move and forces the runner Yoshida back to second base. You're going to try to keep him close because you don't want him to score on a single to the outfield. There is rain that is falling now. It's certainly done its part to keep the bugs away. We are anticipating rain. It's just a matter of how much. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-1. 78 pitches now for Norimoto. This is 31 pitches in the 4th inning. Keeping our eye on the Tohoku bullpen if they're going to stay with Norimoto for another inning or if they're going to start the parade of arms from the pen. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 2-2 to Kobayashi. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander gets his sign from his catcher as he works into the set position. He checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and line foul. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line. I have to say the Japanese fans are a pretty hardy bunch. Those that are in attendance are in their rain gear as they're watching this one. I'm not sure I could sit for 2 or 3 hours in a steady drizzle or a constant rain to watch a ball game. They have to be pretty warm temperatures to be able to do that. I have to be in somewhere like Maui or wherever, but I don't know if I could do that in this type of scenario. I've been on the field where it's snowed, and we've been playing in snow before, and that's a whole other one, especially when you get into where it's freezing rain and all kinds of other stuff. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the right-hander holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Look at the bat as the right-handed hitting Kobayashi. The runners are going to be on the move when Norimoto delivers to the plate. As he holds set, he checks the runner at second. Checks him again. And he does the inside move again, and he forces Yoshida back. He's definitely going to have to do that to keep him close. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch to the right-handed hitting Kobayashi as Norimoto works set. And there go the runners. It is a split finger pitch swung on. It is lifted into center field. Moving over underneath it is Nishikawa. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it. Kobayashi swung at ball 4 there for sure. but he is gone for out number 3. But there's been damage in the inning, and a little bit here. They got 2 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. Buffaloes have now taken the lead as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is the Orix Buffaloes 2 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 1. We'll be back here in just a couple moments, everybody. We appreciate you all for being here. Hang tight. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher. Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel, and in turn we support Steve Rademacher. The rain is continuing to fall in Tohoku, as we said at the top of the stream. It is in the area, and it's not supposed to be an all-night affair, but it could be a point in time we may have to go into a rain delay. If it does go to a rain delay, we are going to bounce, and I am going to give you guys some out-of-town action. I just have to take a look at the games as it comes about. The weather advisory in Tohoku is for real. There is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. They are saying now that the rain is likely to continue for the next several hours. The question is how much rain? There is a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 1-1 to Chris Gittens. Gittens tonight 0-for-1. He struck out his first time up, batting from the right side against the right-handed throwing Yamaoka. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count's now 2-1. Gittens on the season now 4-for-18, batting at .222. Big fellow waits on the offering here from the right-hander Yamaoka. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into center field for a base hit. And Gittens is aboard with a single, as he's got his first hit of the evening, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Daichi Suzuki. Nice job by the right-handed hitting Gittens to stay inside the ball and drive it right back through the box. The ball had some velocity coming off the bat. I wonder, we don't always get the exit speeds of stuff, but I'd have to say that one was missiled right back past the pitcher. So Daichi Suzuki, who's 0-for-1 tonight, he grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. Also saying that there's a dense fog advisory in and around the Tohoku area. You can see from this one here, it is got a bit of a cloud here, as it's not the best of video that we're getting in replay. There's a first pitch split finger pitch, misses down for ball 1. Count is 1-0. The question will be is how much rain can they endure, and how much rain can the field endure? Would like to think they want to get through 5. They are saying that it is going to be rain it's light rain in the forecast, but the rain picks up 9 o'clock local time. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit, as Daichi Suzuki has got himself a single. That's going to be back-to-back hits here for the Eagles in their 4th inning. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Yuya Ogo. So right now they're saying light rain, but it's going to pick up the pace a little bit here over the next couple hours. So stay tuned on that one. We'll see how that's going to go. And it lightens off again around 11 o'clock local time, but it'll be rain through the evening. So the question will be is how much rain, and can they keep the field intact? So if you're the Buffaloes or either team here, you want to think that they've got to be able to do this. The hobbyist is in the house. We welcome him for being here this morning. And there's a first pitch. It's a breaking ball, bunted. It is fielded by the pitcher, Yamaoka. He throws to first. It's going to be a sacrifice by Yuya Ogo. That's going to go down as 1-3. As that will retire Ogo for the out for the first out of the inning. It advances Gittens to third, and Suzuki goes over to second. It's going to bring up the catcher, Hikara Oda. Hobbyist says the Golden Eagles don't seem to be a very good team, but they'll still cheer for them because that was his college mascot. Well, the Golden Eagles had a 14-game winning streak earlier in the year, and they were a playoff team last year. They're definitely not in the boat. It looks like we may have a pinch hitter coming up here for the Golden Eagles. It looks like Oda's day is already done. So they're going to the bench. It looks like it's going to be Watanabe coming in to pinch hit. So interesting that they're already going to the bench here in the fourth inning. This is Yoshi Watanabe who steps to the plate. Watanabe on the year, batting .243. He's got a homer and 11 RBIs. That's from the left side against the right-handed throwing Yamaoka. The rain has picked up a little bit. The first pitch is a split-finger pitch. Swung on it is grounded through the four-hole into right field. And that is going to be a base hit. Gittins has scored. Coming around from third and also scoring is Daichi Suzuki. So coming off the bench, Watanabe delivers. And that is going to put the Eagles back on top 3-2. As the rain has definitely played its role in this one thus far. So a RBI, two-run RBI single for Watanabe. So some good managerial decisions. I raised my eyebrows for sure. You're going to have a new catcher in the next inning. So Yoshi Watanabe does his job. That brings up the top of the order in Haruki Nishikawa. For Nishikawa tonight, he is 0 for 1. He's flown out to left field his first time up. He's also walked and scored a run. And he kicks and delivers, does Yamaoka. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. 67 pitches now for the Buffalo's right-hander. The Bay Stars have now increased that lead to 3-0. Team is now moving to the top of the fifth against the Chinichi Dragons. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-0. A friend, the hobbyist, says, well, maybe he's just unlucky when he watches them. Well, the Golden Eagles now have the lead. Maybe you should stick around a little bit, as needing your support probably, as they've now taken the 3-2 lead here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Lots of runs scored in the fourth inning by both of these teams. Most of the offense has come tonight. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Nishikawa. Nishikawa will be a tough player to double up here, as he runs particularly well. That's from the left side, and he's getting himself redug back in. Waggles the bat. Here comes the 2-1 offering from the righty Yamaoka. Kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch that misses down and in. The count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Apologize if I sounded a little bit different today. As we said, we're working with some different equipment. So hopefully the sound is working for you guys. It's not our regular stuff. So here comes the 3-1 pitch to Nishikawa. Yamaoka works and delivers. It's a fastball. Swung on it. Is grounded over to the first baseman. They go to second for 1. Back to first. And it's going to be a double play. That's going to go into the books as a 3-6-3 double play to end the inning, as Nishikawa is retired on the back end. Well, the Golden Eagles, in their half of the fourth inning, they scored 2 runs on 3 hits. There was no errors and nobody left the board. We are now through 4 complete. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 3, the Orix Buffaloes 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We call it the top of the 5th inning. We appreciate you guys for being here. Hang tight. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the ball game for all your needs. Welcome back, everybody. As I kind of suspected in the last half inning, Takahiro Norimoto, his day is done. It is going to be Tomohiro and Raku now entering the fray here. And Raku, the right-hander, is taking over. Raku, this is going to be his 42nd appearance of the year. He's 4-1 on the season. He's also got a save. He's worked 38 1/3 innings, allowing 41 hits, 8 walks, and 30 strikeouts. An ERA of 4.46. It is almost a full point above his career mark of 3.66. He is on in relief here. The 26-year-old, 25-year-old, soon to be 26-year-old right-hander. So he is going to be facing the 2-3 and check that the 9-1-2 hitters in the Buffalo batting order. And the first pitch is a fastball taken for a call strike. The count is 0-1. It's Tori Fushimi, Shuhei Fukuda, and Koji Oshiro. Come to bat to face Enraku, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded right to third. Suzuki fields it. He throws across the diamond, and that is going to retire Fushimi on a ground out, 5-3 for out number 1. I think they're really hoping they can get to the bottom of the 5th inning. It looks like that there's some water starting to collect in foul territory on the just behind the bag at first base. So I'm going to have to think they're going to have to come out and do some major work between the 5th and the 6th innings. I have to say that we saw one of the games earlier this year. There's a first pitch fastball ticket for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Fukuda. Fukuda 0 for 2 tonight. He's got a strikeout looking at a ground out to short. One of the things I thought was kind of funny is we saw one of the rain delays earlier in Tohoku. So there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1. It is the tarp that they brought out onto the field. They don't have rollers like you see in North America. They're actually in bags. They're kind of in sections. And there's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to second. Fielded by Asamura. He flips it to first, and that's going to retire Fukuda on a ground out 4-3 for the second out of the inning. But it has to be one of the nicest tarps I've ever seen. It almost looks like when you see it on TV, it's almost like it is silk, and they're rolling out this silk tarp across the field. It's kind of funny. It's not silk, of course, but that's how it looks. As I say, maroon tarp, and as I say, they bring it out, they carry it out in bags, they break it out in sections, and they cover the field. They don't have the roller like you would see in Major League Baseball. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. It is definitely an interesting sight to see. So for Koji Oshiro today, he is 1 for 2. He singled his last time up, and he hits a ground ball over to the second baseman, Asamura, who drops to a knee and fields it. He throws to first, and that is going to do it here in the top of the 5th inning for the Buffaloes. They go quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. Moving to the bottom of the 5th inning, it is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 3 and the Orix Buffaloes 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the ball game. The right-hander Taisuke Yamaoka back on the mound here to begin his 5th inning of work. 71 pitches through the first 4 for him. He's going to be facing the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Golden Eagle batting order. That means Hiroto Kobakata, Hideto Asamura, and Hiroki Shimauchi. To get things going and underway, our friend Aria Iwado is in the house tonight. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So we welcome you for being here. So 1 ball and no strikes to Kobakata, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As we peek at the out-of-town scoreboard, there haven't really been a whole lot of changes in the last little bit. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded to short. Fielded by Kirbayashi. He throws to first. That is going to retire Kobakata, and a ground out 6-3 for out number 1, and that will bring up the second baseman, Hideto Asamura. Already in the bottom of the 6th inning in Saitama, it's 3-1 still for the Lions. They have that lead over the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. I would think that game will be very difficult for Hokkaido to come back on with the bullpen that is featured by the Lions this year. Here comes the pitch from the right-hander Yamaoka, and it's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Asamura today is 2 for 2. He's got a double and a single to his stat line, and here comes the pitch. Is the fastball that just misses low, and the count is now 2-0. Bay Stars have extended their lead to 4-0 in the bottom of the fifth inning against Shinichi. As here's the 2-0 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to third. Fielded by Oshiro. He throws to first. That is going to retire Asamura on a ground out 5-3. Second out of the inning, and that is going to leave it all up to the left fielder, Hiroki Shimochi. Well, for Shimochi tonight, he has been on board twice. He's got a single and a walk. He's also driven in a run for the Golden Eagles. So Shimochi batting from the left side. Here's the first offering from Yamaoka. It's swung on. It is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And so Shimochi carries his bat all the way to first base with him to hand it to the first base coach. It's kind of funny. I guess he doesn't want to break that one. It's his second hit of the night. That's a 2-out single for him, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Jinji. The pitch was a letter-high fastball, and Shimochi was able to smack that thing into right field for a 2-out single, and that'll bring Jinji to the plate. Jinji 0 for 2 tonight. He's popped to third, and he's grounded out to first in his 2 trips. Here's the first offering from Yamaoka. It's a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So the one thing that you have to keep in mind is how weather plays a part in these games. And here's the pitch from Yamaoka. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. If you can check the forecasts, sometimes games are being played in the elements. One would think it may want to favor the outdoor team in the Eagles. There's a ground ball back to the pitcher. It is fielded by Yamaoka. He underhand flips it to first, and that is going to do it. That's going to be a ground out 1-3. The Eagles are gone here in their half of the inning. Well, they had no runs. They had a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 5 complete. We expect there is going to be a bit of a delay as they are going to be doing the groundwork. There's going to be lots of it here in Tohoku, and it also may look like we'll see another pitcher as the manager Ishii has come out to talk to the umpire. We'll get all that stuff for you when we return in just a few minutes. I'm just going to put it on loop because we're going to take a little break ourselves. Your score, it's 3-2 as we're moving to the top of the 6th inning. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles have a lead here in this one. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is what I like to refer to as our Japanese halftime, as after the fifth inning, they do come out and work on the field, and there's going to be a lot of work to do as they've been playing this one in a steady drizzle and some light rain over the last half hour, 45 minutes. So we're probably going to just wait to see how they are fixing up the field. Look at the out-of-town scoreboard as in the Central League. All games are underway. It is a 2-1 ball game between the Tokyo Yakult Swallows and the Amuri Giants. That game is being played at the Kisara Dome in Osaka. So 2-1, Swallows have the lead over the Giants in that one. Bottom of the fifth inning, the Yokohama Bay Stars have a commanding 4-0 lead over the Chinichi Dragons. 4-9-0 for the Bay Stars, 0-1-0 for the Dragons. The Bay Stars have one run on the board in the fifth inning, and they are still batting. The Carp and the Tigers are tied at 0. It is in the top of the fourth inning. That game was a later start as it was delayed by rain and weather in Osaka, as it is a battle between Miyagi and Morishita, which is probably going to end up being a 1-0 ball game. I just have that strange and funny feeling. That was where that one is headed. And Saitama, the Lions have a 3-1 lead over the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. 3-5-0 for the Lions, 1-5-0 for the Fighters. A couple of solo shots in that one. Tomoya Mori, as well as Nin Ting Wu, have homers in that ball game. Well, the game here between the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Orix Buffaloes, it is a 3-2 ball game, as this game is moving to the top of the sixth inning, and the rain is coming steady. They are throwing some quick dry down, as they are hopefully going to be able to keep the field intact. It is a 3-2 ball game as the Golden Eagles jumped out to a 1-0 lead in the first inning. It was a leadoff walk to Nishikawa. After a sacrifice bunt moved him over to second and a walk to Asamura. Hiroki Shimochi opened the scoring with a base hit single to put the Eagles up 1-0. That is how it stood until we got to the top of the fourth inning, when the Orix Buffaloes had back-to-back hits. A single by Oshiro, a double by Nakagawa, and a 2-run single by Masataka Yoshida put them ahead 2-1. But in the bottom half of the fourth inning, it was Chris Gittens led off with a single, and Daichi Suzuki followed with a single, and after a sacrifice bunt by Ogo, it was Yoshi Watanabe who came in to pinch hit, and he had a 2-run single that has put the Eagles back out in front 3-2. The starter for the Eagles, Nuramoto, has already been chased. He is done for the ball game. He did have Enraku come in to pitch the last half inning, but it does look like the Eagles are going to be going back to the bullpen again, as they will be making a pitching change. And that is where we stand. So they're just working on the field here. We're going to resume this one in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys all for being with us. Friend Josh S. says, good morning, and we welcome you to the stream. If you're having a good day as well, we are 3-2 as we're moving to the top of the sixth inning. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change. It is going to be Satoshi Miyamori coming in relief here. The Golden Eagle right-hander in his rookie year is working in his 13th ball game. He's 1-0 on the season. He has 11 innings pitched. He's allowed 3 hits. He's walked 3. He's struck out 11. He is yet to allow a run in his professional career at the NPB level. He's got himself an ERA of 0. Well, the rain continues to fall, but we're ready to resume the action as he's going to be facing the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Buffalo lineup. It's going to be Kai Nakagawa, Masataka Yoshida, and Yuma Tongu slated to come to bat here. As the first offering from Miyamori is delivered, it's a fastball swung on. It is popped up down the first base line, racing over. That ball is going to reach into the seats as the first baseman, Jinji, sees it sail over the netting. It's going to be a strike 1 to Nakagawa. Nakagawa tonight is 1 for 2. He's doubled his last time up and scored a run, and he also grounded out to the pitcher. So officially 1 for 2 in this one. And here comes the offering from the righty Nakagawa. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander leans in. He gets the side from his catcher as he works set. And now he kicks. And he delivers. It is a split-finger pitch that misses down and away. And the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we mentioned earlier in the stream, I'm not 100% sure when we're going to be able to get our next one in. We're going to make a couple of calls on the weekend for sure. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Nakagawa is down on strikes for the first out of the inning, so 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up Masataka Yoshida to the plate. Well, for Yoshida, he's 2 for 2 tonight. He's singled in both of his trips. He's also knocked in a couple of runs in his last at bat, where he had a single into the right field corner that scored Moshiro and Nakagawa. So he hits from the left side, but facing the right-hander Miyamori for the first time. And here comes the first offering. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Masataka Yoshida. We're keeping our eye on the out-of-town scoreboard, and they're, as we've been doing throughout the evening, the Tigers have a runner on the bottom half of their 4th inning. Gone against the Carp. So the fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1 ball and 1 strike to Yoshida. The right-hander, Mori, ready to go again as he kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to the right side. It is knocked down by Jinji. He flips from his knees over to the pitcher covering. And that is going to retire Yoshida on a ground out, 3-1. It's gone for the second out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Yuma Tongu. Jinji does a decent job to have to get his body in front of it. He was able to get it to the pitcher covering. It was not an easy play. Now he's all officially covered in mud. It is like a black soil. You see that regular around the Japanese, not just the league. So this brings up Yuma Tongu to the plate. And here comes the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. The reason I say it's black is you see that in the infield in Hanshin, where the Tigers play. It is black because one would have to think that Japan is built on volcanic remains, I guess would be the best way to put it. There's a split finger pitch that misses, and the count is now 1-1. And one would have to think that the soil is a product of that. So when the players get dirty, it's not like the red Georgia red clay you'd see in the United States. It's a black soot. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2 on Tongu. So the first baseman, Jinji, is now added black to his uniform. It almost looks like a charcoal in some ways. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the right-hander holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to do it as Tongu goes down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 5.5. It is the Golden Eagles 3 and the Buffaloes 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this with all the action. We appreciate you guys for being here with us. Hang tight. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters scheduled to come to bat for the Golden Eagles. That means Chris Gittens, Daichi Suzuki, and Yuya Ogo. You face the right-hander Taisuke Yamaoka. And we are probably going to see, it looks like, I wonder if we're going to see the right-hander Miyamori in for a second inning of work. As one would have to think that he's probably going to be challenged again, but I'm not sure here yet. As he does his action there, the way that he's getting fist pump in the dugout, maybe that tells us that his day is done. But he is sitting by himself after the pitching coach had gone over to talk to him, so he may be coming back in for another inning of work. So Gittens, Suzuki, and Ogo here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Gittens has raised his average up to 263 with that his last time up. First pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Gittens 1 for 2, scored a run his last time up. Batting from the right side here. Big fella. Hopefully we'll be able to give the Eagles a bit of a jump from now to the end of the year. There's a breaking ball swung on, it is pop foul. That ball is going to drift back into the seats behind home plate, and the count is now 0-2 to Gittens. Jose Marmoleos, the other import hitter that the Golden Eagles have, he's been buried down in their farm team for quite a while. We're hoping to sort him out. He was the AAA MVP last year in the Seattle Mariners organization. So here comes the 0-2 pitch as Mayoka holds set. He kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch that misses down and away. Count is now 1-2 to Gittens. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's Yamaoka who delivers. It's a fastball that just misses inside. And the count goes to 2-2. Not sure where that pitch was, but he certainly hit his spot. The catcher didn't really have to move the glove, but the home plate umpire was confident in that call. So here's the 2-2 pitch. It was a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. I have to say, the first couple innings was an adventure. The home plate umpire for both teams was not giving the pitchers a whole lot to work with. So here's the 2-2 as Yamaoka holds set. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say Gittens didn't go. Runs the count now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gittens. Mayoka now ready to deliver. Here's the payoff pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. And Gittens is aboard for the second time in this one. He's got himself a leadoff walk, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Daichi Suzuki. I would hazard a guess that Gittens doesn't run particularly well at this point in his career. He is a big fella, and I'd be curious to see if they do put a sacrifice bunt down in this situation, if he is going to be able to get himself over to second base. But We'll have to wait and see. Still no changes on that out-of-town scoreboard. Everything else has pretty much been locked in for a little bit here. We're give you those recaps in just a moment. As the first pitch breaking ball delivered to Suzuki, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Suzuki tonight is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run his last time up. He's also grounded to short. This is going to be the 90th pitch of the ball game coming up here for the right-hander Yamaoka. Holds set. Now he delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to second. They flip it to second for one. Back to first. That is going to be a double play. It's going to go in the books as a 4-6-3 double play. They are able to erase Gittins for the first out. Suzuki on the return leg. That is going to bring up the right fielder Yuya Ogo. Well, for Ogo tonight, he is officially 0 for 1. He has popped out to the shortstop. He also had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. That's from the left side against the right-hander Yamaoka. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Shinjiro Simatani is waiting his turn on deck, and there's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. As Ogo is aboard with a 2-out single, and that's going to bring up Simatani. This will be the first time that Simatani has had a plate appearance tonight, as it was Watanabe who came in to pinch hit for the starting catcher Oda back in the 4th inning. Simatani is batting .242 on the year. He steps up to the plate. Bats from the right side against the right-handed throwing Yamaoka. First pitch is a split finger pitch that misses down for ball one. The count's 1-0. Simatani on the year has 4 homers and 18 RBIs. He waits on the offering here from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that comes inside. Did it hit him or did it foul off the bat? But it looks like it has come inside and hit Simatani. He's going to put him aboard, and that's going to bring up the top of the order for Haruki Nishikawa. It's the 4-seam fastball. He just couldn't get out of the way. It hit on the back of the left arm. It's his tricep that he got hit on. If anybody's ever been hit on the tricep, boy, if they get it in the right spot, it can really swell. It's going to bring the pitching coach out for the Buffaloes to talk to Yamaoka. So they got himself a double play. Now all this stuff, all the action here is starting to pick up with 2 outs. So the runner at second is Ogo. The runner at first is Simatani. As Nishikawa strides to the plate. Nishikawa tonight is 0 for 2. He's also walked and scored a run. His average has dipped to 234 on the year. As he bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Yamaoka. So Yamaoka comes set. And now he kicks and delivers. There's a split finger pitch and misses down for ball one. The count is 1-0. As he approaches the 100 pitch mark, I got to wonder if this is going to be the last inning for him. It looks like he's starting to tire a little bit. As the right-hander comes set, he checks the runner at second base. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count's now 2-0 to Nishikawa. Game between the Swallows and the Giants has moved to the top of the 7th inning. It's a 2-1 lead still for the Swallows. The Bay Stars are batting in their half of the 6th inning. They have a 4-0 lead over Chinichi. Carp and the Tigers are locked at a pitcher's duel. It's in the top of the 5th. Knotted up at zeros. Here comes the 2-0 offering. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Count is now 2-1 to Nishikawa. The other game in the Pacific League, the Lions have a 3-1 lead over the Fighters. That's in the top of the 8th inning. Game between the Hawks and the Chibalote Marines. They played a singlet yesterday on Monday, a rare Monday game in the NPB, but they have the day off today. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and grounded foul over to the first base coach's box. The count now goes to 2-2 on Nishikawa. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting center fielder. He digs himself back in, and he's waiting now on the offering from the right-handed throwing Yamaoka. Yamaoka holds set. Now he delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. The count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nishikawa. He waggles the bat, waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Yamaoka. Now works set. Checks the runner over at second. And here comes the 2-2. Kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses way upstairs. The count is now 3-2. Well, now he's got a challenge here. The runners are going to be on the move as it's 3 balls and 2 strikes and 2 away. That was pitch number 100 by the right-hander here. So their base hit here will probably score the runner from second. Extra base hit will probably be able to get the runner home from first. So they're looking to pad their lead, are the Golden Eagles. So right-hander works set. This is Yamaoka. He checks the runner over at second. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses down for ball 4, and that is going to put the bases loaded. And that's going to bring up Hiroto Kobakata. That pitch, the right-hander wanted that pitch. We're going to get a look at it on the replay. That pitch was down. It was a good job by the catcher to frame it. I have to say, Tori Fushimi did a good job of getting under the ball and making the adjustment on the glove. That was the right call by the home plate umpire. That's going to load the bases, and that is going to do it, it looks like, for the pitcher Yamaoka. His night is over. They are going to be going to the bullpen. As that is going to advance. Nishikawa to first. It moves Simatani to second, and Ogo goes over to third. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We have a pitching change in Tohoku with 2 away here in the 6th inning. It's going to be a left-hander coming in, and we will get that for you when we return. Welcome back, everybody. It's the 30-year-old left-hander Nobuyushi Yamada coming into the ball game. Yamada is working in his 9th ball game, a 1-0 record. He's worked 6 2/3 innings. He's allowed 9 hits, 2 walks. Has conceded 4 runs, all earned. He's got an ERA of 5.40. The lefty has been brought on here to face the left-handed hitting shortstop of the Golden Eagles, Hiroto Kobakata. So we do have a lefty-lefty matchup about to come up. So he is taking over here as he completes his warm-up tosses. We'll be ready to resume this one in just a couple moments as we go back and look at that out-of-town scoreboard. Still no changes. Everything is still pretty much status quo. It's bottom of the 6th inning, and the Bay Stars still have that 4-0 lead against Chinichi. 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning as the Giants are coming to bat against the Swallows. The Carp and the Tigers are locked at zeros, but in the top of the 5th inning, the Carp are threatening. They've got runners on the corners with only 1 out. But it is the pitcher Morishita hitting. So here we go, back to the action here as Kobakata steps in, waiting on the first pitch from Yamada. Bases are full of Golden Eagles. There's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Yamada looks in. He gets his sign from his catcher, Fushimi. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes for Rota Kobakata. Kobakata waggling the bat. He's going to have to get something good here to hit because there's nowhere to put him. So one would have to think he's going to get a good spot here. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to first. Fielded neatly by the first baseman, Tongu, who flips it to Yamada covering. And that is going to do it. It's going to be a ground out 3-1. That will do it here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the inning. Well, they threatened, but they don't score. There was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 runners left aboard. There's now 8 runners left on by the Golden Eagles tonight through their 6 innings of work. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. It looks like the Golden Eagles are going to the pen again. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this one. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Chi-Hao Sung coming in on relief for the Golden Eagles in the top of the 7th. He is making his 41st appearance of the year. He's got a 4-2 record. He has 38 2/3 innings under his belt. He's allowed 33 hits. He's walked 11 and struck out 32, and he's got an ERA of 2.33. So Chi-Hao Sung into the ball game in relief here. He is going to be facing the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Buffalo batting order. It means Ryo Adachi, Ryo Nishimura, and Kitaro Kobayashi to face the Taiwanese right-hander who takes over on in relief. So the right-handed hitting Adachi gets ready to face the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is pop foul. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate. The count is quickly 0-1 to Adachi. Adachi 1 for 2 today. He singled his last time up. He's also flown out to right field. Sung leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, Sumitani. Here he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is now 0-2 to Adachi. A little surprised. We've done the Buffaloes games over the last couple of months, and Ryo Adachi has not featured as a regular. We saw the Buffaloes last year, and he was getting regular action. Now Adachi is not as young as he used to be, as there is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-2. He is 34 years old, and he's not bad the regular time like he had last year. He's still hitting a respectable 267 entering tonight's ball game. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count's now 2-2 to Adachi. Buffaloes are starting to run out of time here to score runs. As we mentioned at the top of the stream, a couple of regulars not in the lineup. We haven't seen Sugimoto for probably a couple of weeks in the lineup. Yuma Mune left the game on Sunday against the Lions early. He's not in the starting lineup tonight. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Adachi. So all of a sudden, you take a couple of regulars out of the middle of your lineup. That changes your offense a little bit. Have to move Tongu up a bit. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That is a fastball that misses off the outside corner. The count now goes to 3-2 on Adachi. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sung leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to deliver again. Here comes the payoff pitch. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the right field line. Racing over is Ogo, but it's just going to get into that front row. As he can't make the grab on that one, that's going to keep the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. He gave it a go, did Ogo. He ran out of real estate as we get into the right field corner. There's not a lot of room in foul territory as the stands are right up on to the foul line. Some parks, certainly some of the neutral site games we've seen, there's a lot of real estate in foul territory. There's a pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on, is grounded back to the pitcher. Sung fields it. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Adachi on a ground out 1-3. The first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the left fielder Ryo Nishimura. Well, for Nishimura, he is looking for his first hit of the season. He's 0 for 2 tonight, 0 for 12 on the year. As we said, he has got some pop in the stick. He had a couple of foul balls. He is absolutely destroyed. They were a good 30, 40 feet foul. So something's got to give at some point. He is 0 for 12 on the year. Here comes the pitch from Sung. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. As I said, in his last couple of bats, it looks like he's pressing a little bit. Maybe trying to do a little bit too much. He's a stocky fella, is the left fielder. Gets the start for the Buffaloes tonight. There's the 1-0 pitch, and there's a fastball swung on. This ball's belted to deep left field, but not deep enough. Moving over underneath it is the left fielder Shimauchi. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Nishimura for the second out of the innings. So 2 up and 2 away. And that'll bring up the shortstop Kotaro Kobayashi. Well, for Kobayashi tonight, he is 0 for 2. He's grounded to third and flown out to center field in his 2 trips to the plate. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is quickly 0-1 to Kobayashi. Buffaloes are going to have to grind out another run here if they want to have a chance to come back in this one. They're starting to run out of outs. So Sung comes set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. Kind of wonder who we're going to anticipate to see next. I wonder if it's going to be Alan Bezenitz coming in this one here in relief in the 8th inning. If Sung can finish off and do his job here. There is a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly to short. Fielded by Kobakata. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Kobayashi on a ground out 6-3. The third out of the inning. Well, that is going to do it here in the top of the 7th for the Buffaloes. They go quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 6.5. The score is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 3 and the Orix Buffaloes 2. And that has been 11 in a row now set down by the Golden Eagles pitching. We'll be right back after this, everybody. Hang tight. We appreciate you guys for being here. Here's another one of our Japanese Hall of Fame memories. Welcome back, everybody. The Buffaloes are going to the bullpen again. It's going to be Shota Abe coming on in relief of Nobuyushi Yamada, who came in and faced one hitter and got the hitter to be retired. So Shota Abe on in relief here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He's going to be facing the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Golden Eagles. So not an easy task, as he's going to get Hidetto Asamura, Hiroki Shimochi, and Jinji here in the 7th. So for Abbey on the season, this is going to be his 34th appearance. He's 1-0 on the year. Very, very effective. He's worked 33 2/3 innings, allowing 19 hits, only walked 9, and has struck out 32. He's got a sparkling ERA of 0.80. So he is on in relief. So here comes the first pitch to Asamura. As he kicks and fires, it's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Asamura. Asamura tonight 2 for 3. He's got a single and a double. He's also grounded out in his 3 trips. As here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander Abbey kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch that bounces up to the plate, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. The Eagles supporters are in full song. The rain has tapered a little bit here. It's not as heavy as it was about 45 minutes ago. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. Moving over on it is the right fielder. He's underneath it and makes the catch. That is Kai Nakagawa, who will put away Asamura for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Hiroki Shimochi. Well, for Shimochi tonight, he's been aboard every time he's come to the plate. He's 2 for 2. He's driven in a run. He's also walked. Both of his hits have been singles. So the hot-hitting Shimochi heating up at the right time for the stretch drive for the Golden Eagles. The first pitch is a fastball that just misses down for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. The Murray Giants have evened the game against the Swallows through the 7th inning, as it is now 2-2 over in Osaka. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So they were able to tie the ball game at the Kyocera Dome. And here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball dropping in for a called strike, and the count's now 1-2 to Shimochi. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander Abbey agrees with his catcher as he gets his signs, and now he's ready to deliver again. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As he kicks and fires, it's a fastball that just misses inside. The count's now 2-2 to Shimochi. The game will get to be exciting. The Giants have gone to their bullpen. The bullpen has not been very good for Murray this year, so I'll wait and see what happens over there. It was the catcher Oshiro who knocked in the pinch runner Masuda to tie that ball game all up. So here's the 2-2 pitch. There is a fastball that is Shimochi checks his swing on and misses. That is going to retire him for the second out of the inning. That was a nasty looking pitch. It was a split finger fastball. Shimochi could not hold up as the ball had broken inside. All he could do is kind of grin and smile as he walks back towards the dugout. He looks at the bench and he's like, ooh, that was pretty impressive. So 2 gone here in the 7th inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Jinji. Jinji is 0 for 3 tonight. He's popped to the third baseman, and he has grounded out twice. He takes a fastball inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. I have to say, Jinji's got some of the best bat twirls in all of the NPB. He's got it all twirling around. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. There's a fastball that just misses down, and the count's now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. The pitching staff for the Buffaloes have not had a 1-2-3 inning since the second inning. There's been opportunities for that to happen, but they get the first 2 outs and then they let the runner get on. There's a fastball swung on, is grounded to first. Fielded neatly by Tongu. He's going to go over and step on the bag. It's going to be a ground out to 3 for the third out of the inning. Well, for the Eagles in their half of the inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 7 complete. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 3, the Orix Buffaloes 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 8th inning when we return. Appreciate you guys for all being here with us. Whether you listen live or on delay, it's always great to have you here. Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. It's going to be Naoto Nishiguchi on in relief. This is going to be his 49th appearance of the year. He is 4-0 on the season. He's worked 43 in the third innings. He's allowed 30 hits, 19 walks. He has struck out 18, and he's got an ERA of 2.49. Scheduled to come to bat for the Buffaloes, it'll be Tori Fushimi, the catcher, and then the top of the order in Shuhei Fukuda and Koji Oshiro. So 9, 1, and 2 in the batting order to face the young right-hander, the 25-year-old who is on in relief here. So Fushimi, Fukuda, and Oshiro to face Nishiguchi. As we've been keeping our eye on those out-of-town scores, all the games are still currently moving along. As this one here is reaching the top of the 8th and the top of the 9th. There's already 1 out. The Lions have a 3-1 lead over the Fighters, but the Fighters are threatening with runners at second and third and only 1 away. So we'll keep an eye on that one there. And the first pitch delivered to Fushimi is taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Fushimi tonight is 0 for 2. He's lined to the right fielder, and he's grounded out to third as 2 trips up. He takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So Nishiguchi has come in throwing fastballs for strikes. As Fushimi has fallen behind the count at 0-2. So the right-hander works set. Now he kicks, and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2 to Fushimi. The top of the 8th inning, the Bay Stars have that 4-0 lead over Chinichi. Chinichi only has 2 hits in that ball game tonight. Shota Imanaga is still on the hill for the Bay Stars. He's been absolutely lights out in that one. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-2 to Fushimi. Managa only has 5 strikeouts in that game for the Bay Stars. Still 0-0 in the top of the 6th between the Carp and the Tigers. What a brilliant pitching matchup that is. But ironically, not a lot of strikeouts in that ball game. Only 3-2 for the starters in that one. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined down on 1 hop over to the third baseman who backhands it. Nice play by Suzuki. He throws across the diamond. They're going to be able to retire Fushimi on a ground out 5-3. So Fushimi gone for the first out, and that's going to bring up Shuhei Fukuda. That's 12 batters in a row that the Eagles have retired. The Buffaloes have been absolutely stymied. A little bit wondering why maybe they don't play a little bit of small ball. Every time you get weather elements like this, why they're not nickeling and diming the ball. So here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lined up the middle, and Fukuda has got himself a base hit. That stops that streak of 12 in a row retired by the Golden Eagles pitchers. He's got himself a single. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Koji Oshiro. Nice piece of hitting there by Fukuda to go right back through the box. Just past the pitcher, Nishiguchi. So Oshiro on the evening, 1 for 3. He's got a single in 3 trips. He's also scored a run. He's raised his season average up to 244. As the right-hander now works set. Flips it over to first base, and getting back easily is the base runner, Fukuda. Got to keep an eye on Fukuda. He's got 9 stolen bases on the year, although the track over at first base I wouldn't think is going to be particularly good to run on, but they may still try to sacrifice him over to second, even with the one out here, as Nakagawa and Yoshida are to follow. So here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Oshiro. Certainly don't want to let Oshiro get on base because Nakagawa and Yoshida can do some damage. Getting into the dangerous part of the batting order here for the Buffaloes. So 1 ball and no strikes to Oshiro. Right-hander. Shiguchi holds set. He now kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. That pitch looked like it was probably a ball. Not sure, went for a little bit of a chase. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Again, Nishiguchi leans in. He gets his sign from his catcher. Now he works set. And here comes the 1-1 offering. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count's now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Oshiro. Just as a note earlier, we said about our programming, we're not calling in our regular location as we are on the East Coast. So we'll have to make some decisions. Anytime that we'll put up any of our programming, it'll be about an hour before the game. These games all start at 5 a.m. on the East Coast. As they fire over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner, Fukuda. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Oshiro. Rain has soaked the players. You can see the defense, at least the positional players, their hats are pretty drenched in this one. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. There is a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to the second baseman, Asamura. He throws to second for 1, back to first. It's going to be an ending double play. It's going to go down as a 4-6-3 double play to retire the side here for the Buffaloes. As Fukuda is gone at second and Oshiro erased on the back end at first. Well, no runs in the inning on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 7.5. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 3, the Orix Buffaloes 2.
Let's go. Yo. I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shoot tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna...
Welcome back, everybody. We do have a pitching change for the Orix Buffaloes. This is going to be the fourth pitcher used. This is going to be Mataki Higa coming into the ball game. We've seen him recently. The right-handed sidewinder is coming on to replace Shota Abe, who had a pretty solid seventh inning of work. So Mataki Higa on in relief here for the Buffaloes. On the season, Higa has himself a 3-0 record. This is his 26th appearance of the year. He delivers a first pitch fastball to Chris Gittens for a called strike, and the count's 0-1. Gittens tonight, it'll be Gittens, Suzuki, and Ogo. Gittens is 1 for 2. He's singled, he struck out, and he has walked. So there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2 to Gittens. So no balls and 2 strikes. Big fella batting from the right side against the right-handed throwing Higa. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gittens waggling the bat. And here comes the offering from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that floats outside. The count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the burly right-handed hitting Gittens. Gittens waggling the bat. And here comes the 2-2. There's a fastball swung on, and it says driven foul down the right field line. It's going to reach the seats. And just foul as he sliced that one away, and it keeps the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gittens. As he waits here on the offering from Higa, who rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. It is a final in sight, but the Lions have knocked off the Fighters 3-1 in that one. As Higa ready to go again, he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2 to Gittens. Good piece of hitting there by Gittens to be able to keep his weight back and just flick his wrists. Lift that one into the seats. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. There is a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly to short. It is fielded by Kirby-Ashi. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Gittens on a ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the third baseman, Daichi Suzuki. Well, for Suzuki today, he is 1 for 3. He's got a single and 3 trips. He's also grounded into a double play and grounded to short. So 1 for 3 on the ball game for Suzuki tonight. He's raised his average to 259. As he bats from the left side facing the right-hander Higa. Kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that comes inside and hits Suzuki. And Suzuki's going to be aboard with a 1-out hit by pitch. If you're going to get hit, that's the one you want to get hit by. It's a floater that comes inside. It just grazed him on the back of the right arm. Take that all day long as opposed to a 95-mile-an-hour heater. So Suzuki is the runner at first. Brings Yuya Oga to the plate. Ogo tonight is officially 1 for 2. He's singled and he's popped to short. He also had a sacrifice bunt back in the 4th inning. So he waggles the bat. He's waiting on the offering here from Higa. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is quickly 1-0 to Ogo. Ogo has made some beautiful defensive plays in this game, including where back in the 2nd inning where he had to go into the corner and field the ball, and he threw Masataka Yoshida out at second base as he was trying to stretch a single into a double. Here's the 1-0. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder who makes the catch, and that is Nakagawa, as he fires it back into the infield, and that is going to retire Ogo for the 2nd out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to the catcher, Jinjiro Simatani. Well, Simatani came in the defensively in the 5th inning for the Golden Eagles, as the starter Hikara Oda was pinch hit for by Yoshi Watanabe. It turned out to be a brilliant move by the manager Ishii, as Watanabe had a 2-run RBI single that has put the Eagles up in front. And that's where they have sat ever since. So the right-hander works from the set position. He kicks and delivers. So he change-up swung on a miss, and the count is quickly 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Simatani. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on a miss. The count goes to 0-2. Apologies for everybody. I hate coughing in your ear. As I said, I'm not doing our regular game, and I don't have a hot button on our stuff here. So as I get a drink of water, we try to quell it until the in-between innings. Not using our regular stuff. So as we are on the road, here comes the 0-2 pitch. As they kick and deliver, it's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Simatani. So the right-handed hitting catcher waggling the bat, waiting on the offering here from Higa. He checks the runner over at first. Here comes the 1-2. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count's now 2-2 to Simatani. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The runner at first, Suzuki, establishes his lead. And here comes the 2-2 as Higa checks the runner at first. He now comes set. And here comes the pitch. It is a pitch that misses down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say that Simatani didn't go. That runs the count to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. One would think Higa does not want to get to the top of the order, which is Nishikawa, who waits his turn on deck. Here comes the 3-2 pitch now. Higa leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, Fushimi. He works set. The runner is on the move. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. Right back behind home plate. Right on time with the pitch was Simatani. It's going to keep the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Simatani as Higa gets the new baseball and he's ready to go again. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball down. The home plate umpire doesn't have to go to first base on the appeal on that one. He points that Simatani had went around, and he is going to be retired on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left the board. We are now through 8 complete. We're moving to the 9th inning. It is the Golden Eagles 3, the Buffaloes 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments after this for the call of the 9th inning, and it will be a pitching change. You got to think it is going to be Matsui coming in. Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching change. It's going to be Yuki Matsui coming on in relief. He is 1-2 on the year. It's going to be his 42nd appearance. He's looking to add to his save total. He's got 27 saves. He's worked 40 innings. He has allowed 18 hits. He has walked 11, and he has struck out 65. He's got a ERA of 1.35, and he is taking over here in relief. The 26-year-old left-hander was originally the first-round pick back in the 2013 draft by the Golden Eagles. is currently working in his 9th year at the NPB level. It is going to be a tough part of the batting order for him to face. It's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Kai Nakagawa, Masataka Yoshida, and Yuma Tongu are going to face him in the 9th inning. This is the 6th pitcher used on the evening by the Golden Eagles. And if you've seen Matsui pitch, it never is always easy. He does throw a lot of pitches to have to retire his outs. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and into Nakagawa, and the count is 1-0. For Nakagawa on the evening, he is 1 for 3. He doubled and scored a run in the 4th inning. He's also struck out and grounded out. So the lefty is leaning in, getting the sign from his catcher, Simitani, and he's ready to go to work again here. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes even to 1-1. Just as a reminder, after the ball game, we'll give you all the out-of-town scores to wrap this one up. As there is one final, as we said, in the Pacific League. All the other games are still underway over in the Central. There's 5 games on the slate tonight in the NPB, as the Hawks and the Marines went off yesterday but have the day off today. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. That'd be something, a quirk in the schedule that I wouldn't mind seeing in the NPB is maybe a little bit more of that, where you have a game. They always take the Mondays off. If they play the Monday and maybe they take a Tuesday off, you have a couple of games. At least there's one game front and center for baseball fans across Japan. Be able to watch. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes even to 2-2 on Nakagawa. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The lefty Matsui. It's his sign from his catcher, Simitani. He works set at the belt. The rain is still coming in Tohoku. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to keep the count at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Friend Mick said he should have took the +1.5 on Orix. Boy, I think right now, if I look at my stuff, everything is lining up. Well, I shouldn't say lining up. Yokohama and Saitama are there. I've got pushes on the other 2 right now. So we'll see what happens here. Here comes the 2-2 as the lefty Matsui delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Nakagawa is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. It's 1 up and 1 away. It's, one thing, Mick, I have to tell you, I was mentioning this before, as our friend Mick is in the chat here. The problem I've got, truthfully speaking, is the weather conditions. The weather conditions can play a little bit of havoc in this. And of course, as I mentioned before, keeping in mind 2 regulars out of the lineup, and they may be out for a little bit, as we haven't seen Sugimoto for about a week to 10 days. And of course, Yumamune left that game early the other night between the Lions and the Buffaloes on Sunday, so he could be out for a bit. We'll have to keep our eye on that one. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Yoshida. Yoshida tonight is 2 for 3. He singled twice. He drove in both of the Buffalo runs in the 4th inning. He's also grounded out to the first baseman in his other trip to the plate. So here comes the 1-0 offering as the lefty works set. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down. It gets by the catcher all the way to the backstop, and the count is now 2-0. Now, really, in the lineup after you get past Yoshida, there isn't a whole lot of pop in the lineup here tonight for the Buffaloes. Tagu is got 5 homers, and Kirbiashi has 6. Tagu is on deck, and Kirbiashi is still a few hitters away. But outside of that, there's not a lot of juice in the bats. Even to come off the bench, I would think it could be a problem. So here comes the 2-0 pitch. The lefty Matsui now kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that comes up and in on Yoshida, backs him off the plate. The count now goes to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. So 3-0 to Yoshida. The lefty Matsui's got to come all the way back. He wants a chance to be able to retire Yoshida. Yoshida waiting here on the 3-0 offering. Here comes the pitch as he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that's thinking for a called strike. That's probably at the highest part of the strike zone that you're going to get a fastball taken for a strike. Yoshida still stays in there. It's 3 balls and 1 strike now. As I said before at the outset of the inning, that Matsui is not always economical with his pitches. Here's the 3-1 offering. As he now comes set. He takes his breath, and now he kicks, and he delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away. And Yoshida is going to be aboard for the 3rd time tonight on a 1-out walk, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Yuma Tongu. Well, the tying run is now aboard. That's going to bring a pinch runner in, as it looks like Sato is in the run for Yoshida. So we'll have to keep an eye on the pinch runner here, Sato. He can run a little bit. This is Akira Sato, or Sano, I should say. So Sano in to run. Kodai Sano in the game. So Sano on the season, he's got himself 5 stolen bases. The lefty on the hill here. There's a fastball swung on and missed by Tongu, and the count is 0-1. So Kodai Sano in. To run for Masataka Yoshida. The rain continues to fall, and it's falling harder. One would have to think that in this deep now, they got to keep going in this rain. Here comes the pitch. The lefty delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside for a ball. The count is 1-1. As I said, the elements are something that you sometimes can't always call for. And certainly in this ball game here, there's been a lot of elements in this one. So 1 ball and 1 strike. There's the lefty Matsui. Leans in. He gets his sign from his catcher, Sumitani. Fog, as they said, was a fog advisory in the area. And you can see it is definitely around in here. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's now 2-1 to Tongu. Ryo Adachi waits his turn on deck. So 2 balls and 1 strike. The Eagles are looking to close this one out. This is going to be pitch number 15 of the inning for Matsui. As he leans in, he gets the sign from Simitani. Now he works set. Really works very, very methodically here in his half of the inning of work. And there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Tongu. The pitch in the rain is a whole other animal, as the lefty is finding out right here and now. Well, looks like they're going to extra innings in Osaka between that game between the Tokyo Yakult Swallows and the Amuri Giants. As we said, that game is being played at the Kyocera Dome. So that one is into extra innings. And here's the 3-1 pitch. It's the fastball swung on and missed. And the count now goes to 3-2 on Tongu. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lefty Matsui. Ready to go back at it here as he leans in and gets the sign from his catcher, Sumitani. And now he works set. And here comes the 3-2 offering. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. It's back-to-back walks here in the 9th inning, as Matsui has walked Yoshida and now Tongu. It puts runners at first and second. It's going to bring the catcher Simatani out to the mound, and it's going to bring Ryo Adachi to the plate. That is going to bring in a pinch runner over at first base. I'll have to catch up on that here in just a moment, as it looks like it is Oda who's coming in to run. So Yuya Oda now in the pinch run for Tongu, so the Buffaloes are pulling out all the stops. So Yuya Oda into pinch run, and Ryo Adachi stepping to the plate. Adachi tonight is 1 for 3. He's got a single and 3 trips. He's also flown out to right and grounded out to the pitcher. So here comes the first offering to Adachi as Matsui holds set. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Oda. As we mentioned before, that game between the Carp and the Tigers locked up at zeros in the top of the 7th inning. That is pitcher's duel written all over it before we are going to make any type of call in that one. And here comes the 0-1 offering to Adachi as Matsui delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Matsui just does not have the command of his pitches here tonight, and as I said, you got to think that the elements have play into this one to some degree. You can see as they pan back the field conditions, if they go extra innings here, they're going to have to do some serious work on the field. Baselines and right around home plate, the water is glimmering a little bit more than most. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 1-2 to Adachi. Left fielder Ryo Nishimura waits his turn on deck. I'd be curious to see if he's going to get a chance to swing the bat or not. They do have Bravek Valera. Former Toronto Blue Jay is on the bench tonight as a right-handed stick. And here comes the 1-2 pitch as the lefty holds set. Now Matsui delivers. It is a fastball swung on its grounded foul over on the first base side. And that keeps the count at 1-2 to Adachi. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we said, the field conditions are a little dicey over at second base now between first and second. You can start to see that there's water collecting over there. So we'll have to keep an eye, as we said, on what happens here in the field. There's the 1-2 pitch. You have to think they're going to have to do some work before they get into the bottom of the 9th inning. If there is a bottom of the 9th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Matsui now kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 1-2. 22 pitches now already for the lefty here in the 9th inning. And that was one of the things I said at the top of the inning. Got to keep your eye on the pitch count for Matsui. Nothing is ever easy. He always seems to have to work a little bit harder than most. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the lefty gets his sign from his catcher, Simatani. And now he works from the set position. And he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball. It's taken for a called third strike. Oh, Adachi stood there like the house by the side of the road, and he watched that one go by for out number 2. That pitch there looked like it just was able to catch the outside corner. He gets rung up for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the left fielder, Ryo Nishimura. Make sure at least that's Nishimura, who is going to be scheduled to come to hit. So the Buffaloes have runners at first and second here with now 2 gone in the 9th inning. Nishimura, who's looking for his first hit of the season. He's 0 for 13. It looks like he's got some pop in the stick. So here comes the first pitch from Matsui. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. So they're down now to their final out are the Buffaloes as Matsui holds in the set position. Takes himself a breath. Checks the runners, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. This ball is going to get up the gap, and it's going to get to the wall. 1 run is going to score. Rounding third and heading home, it's going to be a 2-run double, and the Buffaloes have taken the lead 4-3 here in the 9th inning with 2 out. The first hit of the season for Ryo Nishimura is a double, knocking in 2 runs. The pinch runner, Sano is going to score from second base. Oda is going to score from first base. It is now a 4-3 lead for the Buffaloes here in the top of the 9th inning on the 2-run double by Nishimura. Unbelievable. And that is going to leave it up to bring up the shortstop, Kentaro Kobayashi. Well, for Kobayashi tonight, he is 0 for 3. He has grounded to third. He's flown to center and grounded to short. So the starting pitcher, Yamaoka, is off the hook as he was potentially going to lose that one. The game is far from over yet. They're still going to play the bottom of the 9th inning. And here comes the first pitch now to Kentaro Kobayashi as Matsui holds set. And he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on it. Is grounded over to second. Samura fields it as he moves into the 4-hole. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. It's a ground out 4-3 for the third out of the inning. Well, they got 2 runs in the inning, did the Buffaloes, to take the lead. There was only 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles trailing the Orix Buffaloes 4-3. We'll be right back after this. Our friend Mick says his parlay is alive. You are absolutely correct. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Orix Buffaloes have taken a 4-3 lead over the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. The first hit of the season by Ryo Nishimura was a clutch one. It was a 2-run double, and that had made the scoreline 4-3 as the Buffaloes have now taken the lead. Well, now on relief, it's going to be the right-hander Yoshi Hirano as he is taking over here. He is going to be the 5th pitcher used on the evening by the Buffaloes. This is his 43rd appearance. He's 2-2 on the year. He's got 27 saves. He's worked 40 innings. He's allowed 18 hits. He's walked 9 and struck out 37. He's got a paltry ERA of 1.35. So the veteran right-hander on in relief, the former Arizona Diamondback and Seattle Mariner, is now taking over here for the Orix Buffaloes. As we take a look at some of the other scores on the out-of-town scoreboard, our friend Mick says that he got himself, his parlay is intact. Well, there is a concern in Osaka. That game is now in a rain delay. It's in the 7th inning. That game has got a 0-0 scoreline. As we said, they are going to be doing some maintenance. There's all kinds of wetness around home plate in the baseline area. So the grounds crew is out just sticking some dirt on the ground here as they got to try to get through this inning of play here. As there is a bit of a delay in between the innings. You see the amount of time on the inning clock is approaching 3.5 minutes in between. So still only Well, there's now one final in each league as the Bay Stars shut out the Dragons 6-0. 3-1, the Lions beat the Fighters. The game in Osaka between the two Tokyo clubs are tied up at 2s in the 10th. And here comes the first pitch from Hirano. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into the right field corner. It's going to be a base hit. Rounding first and throwing on the brakes is Nishikawa. And he's going to be aboard with a leadoff single here. You start the 9th inning. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Hiroto Kobakata. Well, neither of the closers so far in this one have been as effective as we would have anticipated. So Kobakata strides to the plate. One would think that it is going to be a sacrifice situation for the right-handed hitting shortstop, or left-handed hitting shortstop, I should say. And he's already squaring the bunt, so you know this is coming. Instead, they throw over to first base, and diving back in time as the base runner, Nishikawa. Nishikawa is completely now covered in the black soot. Friend Steve Rademacher in the house. We appreciate you for being here. Friend Mick is giving him the gears a little bit. As the first pitch misses for a ball, and the count is 1-0 to Kobakata. So 1 ball and no strikes. The runner at first is Nishikawa. We're here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The pitch is a fastball, and it's bunted. It's a good one. And it is not going to be fielded by anybody. It's in no man's land as Hirano couldn't get it, and it's going to be charged in error. So it looks like it was off of his glove. That's going to put runners at first and second with nobody out. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Hideto Asamura. Well, I don't know about you, but I think I'd be doing the same thing all over again. But in this situation, you don't have Shimochi on deck. I believe that they have Oda, who has come in for Shimochi. They had brought in for defensive purposes the Golden Eagles. Actually, it's Tanaka. Tanaka is on deck. Well, Asamura steps to the plate. He's ready on the first offering here from Hirano, who kicks and delivers, and Asamura squares the bunt. He takes a breaking ball for a ball, and the count is 1-0. I'm not sure about that one. That looked like a pretty good pitch. As I said, the erraticness of the home plate umpire tonight. Don't expect anything to happen here. So the Eagles are flapping their wings, got a chance to tie it here in the bottom of the 9th, or maybe even retake the lead for the victory. So here comes the 1-0 offering. As the pitch is bunted, and it's popped up right at home plate, and making the catch is Fushimi. So they basically take the bat out of the hands of one of their best hitters. That is a pop out, and that is going to do it here. Unbelievable. That is going to bring up a pinch hitter in Igoro Moji. So Igoro Moji coming in. Moji is 2 for 3. He's got a walk. Moji is replaced. Hiroki Shimochi was replaced by Tanaka. So Moji in a critical situation here to come up to the plate. So he's going to be facing Hirano here, on cold off the bench. The right-hander Hirano kicks and delivers. It's a fastball, take it for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. When we saw Moji play last year, he was always Mr. Clutch. Can't really say the same this year for the left-handed hitting pinch hitter. Moji is on the season only hitting .218. 6 homers and 24 runs batted in, but he did have a late start to the season. There is a fastball delivered for a ball, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Moji. Our friend Mick is cheering on. He says only 2 more outs needed. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-2 to Moji. It'll be the first baseman, Jinji, who waits his turn on deck. So Nishikawa gets his lead at second. Kobakata establishes his lead at first. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Igor Moji. And here comes the offering from Hirano, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses low. The count is now 2-2. Well, the last half inning, Ryo Adachi saw a very similar pitch that he was rung up on for a called strike 3. So Igor Moji, all I would say is don't take that same pitch again. It's too close to take. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. And it is the fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Our friend Mick says if the Giants can come through and win, and Hanshin stays delays, it'll get voided and I'll win. Hopefully that'll work out in your favor. Hopefully work out in my favor if that can happen too. We'll get ourselves a clean sweep here. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 2-2. I'll have to take a look at the starting pitchers tomorrow and maybe do another report again. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the left-handed hitting Moji is waiting on the offering here from Hirano, who comes set. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Moji on strikes for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Jinji. So Jinji scheduled to come to bat. As the hero in this one now, as it stands, is going to be the left fielder for the Buffaloes in Nishimura. So Jinji steps to the plate. He's 0 for 4 tonight. He's popped out to the third baseman, and he has grounded out 3 times. And here comes the first pitch. It is a split finger pitch that's waved at and missed, to the count is quickly 0-1 to Jinji. The Eagles are now down to their final out as they find themselves trailing 4-3 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And here's the pitch from Hirano. It's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. Just as a reminder, we are going to wrap up with all the out-of-town scores after this one. So stick around for the recap, as this game here is the only other one that's currently going on, is in the top of the 11th. It's tied at 2s between the Swallows and the Giants. So here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Jinji. So now the Eagles are down to their final strike. As Yoshi Hirano is looking to wrap it up here for the Buffaloes in the 9th inning. This would be quite the steal for them. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So here comes the offering, and Jinji's ready to go. Yoshi Hirano delivers. It's a split finger pitch swung on and fouled away. That's going to keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jinji. So highly entertaining baseball here. So our friend Mick has got his fingers crossed. That's assuming that the Giants will come through for you. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. The right-hander delivers. It's a fastball. Take it for a call. Third strike. Gingy stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 3, and that is going to do it here in the 9th inning. The Golden Eagles threatened, but they don't score. There was no runs in the inning, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left aboard. Your final score was the Orix Buffaloes 4 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 3. Stick around. I'll give you all the out-of-town scores when we return after this. What an unreal finish in this one. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. The scores from out of town. We'll got a couple of finals in the Pacific League. The other game that is a final, the Saitama Cebu Lions beat the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters 3-1. It was 3-5-0 for the Lions, 1-7-0 for the Fighters. Takahashi got the win. He goes to 9-7 for the Lions. Uesawa gets the loss. He's now 6-7 for the Fighters. Masuda picks up his 28th save for the Lions. Home runs in the ball game. Tomoya Mori hit his 6th, and Ning Ting Wu hit number 4 for the Lions. Your final score in Yokohama, the Bay Stars knocked off the Dragons 6-0. 6-14-0 for the Bay Stars, 0-4-0 for Chinichi. Shota Imanaga gets the win. He goes to 9-3. Matsuba takes the loss. He goes to 6-5. Home runs in the ball game. Shugo Maki hit his 23rd of the year. Tyler Austin hit his 1st of the year for the Bay Stars. Games that are currently going on in the top of the 11th inning. The Swallows are batting with 1 away. They've got a runner at first. It is a 2-2 ball game against the Amuri Giants. 2-6-1 for the Swallows, 2-6-0 for the Giants. As now we said, that's in the top of the 11th. The game is resumed in Osaka. The Hanshin Tigers are locked up at zeros in the bottom of the 7th inning against the Hiroshima Toyo Carp. 0-4-0 for the Carp, 0-5-0 for the Tigers. That's the story in that one. Well, again, your final score here was 4-3 for the Orix Buffaloes. We'll recap the scoring for you. In the bottom of the 1st inning, the Eagles got on the board. A leadoff walk to Haruki Nishikawa. He was sacked to second by Hiroto Kobakata. And he walked to Hideo Asamura, and Hiroki Shimochi knocked in the 1st run of the ballgame with an RBI single. That put the scoreline up 1-0. Well, the Buffaloes came back in their half of the 4th inning. A leadoff single by Koji Oshiro, a double by Kai Nakagawa, and then a 2-run single by Masataka Yoshida put the Buffaloes ahead 2-1. In the bottom of the 4th inning, the Eagles got those runs back. Chris Kittens led off with a single, and Daichi Suzuki singled. They were sacrificed along by Yuya Oga, and then a 2-run pinch hit RBI single by Yoshi Watanabe put the Eagles back in front 3-2. And that's where it stayed until the 9th inning. With 9th inning with 1 out, it was Masataka Yoshida walked, and then Yuma Tongu walked. And then after Ryodachi struck out looking, Ryo Nishimura got his 1st hit of the season, and 2-run RBI double to knock home the pinch runners Sano and Oda, who came in to run for Yoshida and Tongu respectively. And that put the Buffaloes up 4-3, and that's how this one ended. Your win in this one here, the win in the ball game, is going to be credit to Higa. He's 4-0. The loss is going to go to Matsui. He drops to 1-3. And Hirano is going to pick himself up a save on this one as well. So your final score, 4-3 in this one. Well, before we sign off, there are no other changes from around the NPB. It's still 2-2 on the top of the 11th between the Swallows and the Giants. Nothing between the Carp and the Tigers. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you listening to another Last Raps baseball production. Hopefully you guys can come on back and see us again later. Again, we are on a bit of a hiatus. We're not doing our stuff regular from the West Coast as we are on the East Coast. So hopefully you guys can come on in. We will make the announcement about an hour before the game when we do it. Have a great night, everybody, and we will catch you guys again later.